tonight on a very special episode of the 50% Doctor Who podcast. We're here to have a good fucking time. Let's all welcome the best co-host in the universe, the man, the myth, the legend. It's Connor Hannum! Woo! Welcome to my studio. My studio.
Man, thank you so much.
I put so much work into this.
This is
also,
great.
we're joined today by a familiar face. Do you know his name?
I do.
He goes by Daniel Ade. Let's bring him in.
Woo! Oh, let's go.
Woo! Give him a good Carvanista howl.
Hello,
Let's go.
ladies
so
and gents.
silly.
Hi.
Wow, I bet you guys...
That was good timing with the...
That was good timing, wasn't it?
Well done.
You guys couldn't tell that we've done that twice today already, can you?
No.
Look at that,
What
folks.
are you
That's good.
talking
That was
about,
good. Some
Aiden?
good acting. Shall we recreate some favourite moments from
50th time's the
recording we
charm,
just
huh?
18 minutes in, so it wasn't too bad. We did
Recorded about 20 minutes of a recording that, tech,
that's what it is.
AV problems.
Yeah.
But we're through there. So, basically, in that time, we said, thank you, Dan, for coming onto the show.
Thank you.
If you don't know Dan, he hosts a podcast alongside Connor,
Hello.
who I host a podcast with.
Correct.
So we have a bit of a mutual...
Whoa, why are you laughing
mutual
at me? What?
friend.
He
I don't
looks
know.
at me like I'm a crazy
I don't
guy.
The 1v1, the standoff.
We have
Oh, I see. We're sharing Connor. you mean.
we share Connor.
Okay, yeah,
So
we
on
do share
Tuesday
Connor,
nights you
that's
have
right.
him. On Monday nights I have
That's a
him.
very good point.
That's
Tonight
it.
we both get him.
That's
Yeah.
normally how it goes.
Yeah,
It's a great night.
That's that's lovely. So yeah, we're in Dan's studio today, which is why things look a little bit different.
yes.
Yeah,
Hello.
Thank you for having us, Dan. As
Yes.
always.
For
Thank you,
our
Dan.
studio. No, here we are. We're here to do some good content. That's what we do here.
Yes, and we are here to talk about one thing and one thing only, and that's how good that New Year's special does look. Am I right?
It does look great.
It does.
It does look great.
You know,
fantastic.
I don't think it looks very good.
Really?
All right. Well, you know what?
What?
Fuck you. We'll get to that. We're actually here to talk about the Vanquishers, which I don't think
We
looks
will
very
get to
good.
that, and I'm going to fucking ask you about that.
Vanquish man nuts. So yeah, we're talking about the finale of Flux today. So spoilers if you haven't done that. If you haven't
Flux
watched
is
it,
coming.
it is. No, the Flux
Yes,
is gone.
Flux
It's
is
gone.
here. It's came and gone.
It came and went.
Just like me. So me and Connor have spoken extensively about this program on
For the last 5 weeks.
and 2 years. as well.
Nearly 2 years, yeah.
Well,
Wow.
yeah, a year and a half. Yeah.
Insane.
I'm getting single.
But yeah, so the perks of shooting at
no
Dan's
offense.
is we have all these bloody
He's good.
sound.
He's good. He's good.
Sound things. But yeah, so Dan hasn't really, said much about what his thoughts on the previous 5 episodes are. So,
Yes.
yeah, in just like a sentence, you want to sum up your thoughts on
Yes.
each of the 5 chapters prior?
I
Episode
will.
1, the Halloween Apocalypse.
That's that one. I
So-
came out on.
Halloween. Well, okay, I'll start with that, and I'll say this about the special episodes they do. I always love when Doctor Who does like themed episodes for shit. I'm finishing the David Tennant era at the moment, and I actually watched The End of Time Part 1 today. Don't know if you guys
Oh,
did.
really?
Yes,
Do you know what
I did.
happens in part 2?
No, don't spoil it, please. I just hope he doesn't regenerate.
I hope Dan is going to be okay.
And I, you know how like the ones before there was an Easter special and stuff. I like the idea of that
Yeah,
stuff.
like
You
Planet
know,
of the Dead stuff.
So doing a Halloween episode, I thought was really fun. I thought, I said it in the failed recording, but I thought it was a really fun episode that set up the season for a great time. It introduced a lot of characters, introduced a lot of concepts, a lot of plots, which I think not all of which were wrapped up in the best way possible. But
Not at all. Not many.
the setup, and setup to a degree is easy, but they also, I think, did a really good job at setting up what would be a very interesting season ahead.
I agree.
And it really got me interested to see what would come. Episode 2, which
The War of the
was
Sontarans.
War of the
the
potatoes.
Sontaran episode. Yeah, I really like the Sontarans this season. I thought that they were just really fun.
It's been a long time, old comrade.
They're such a fun villain, and they've never been taken too seriously, and they're at their best when they just use them as like a fun sort of
war-driven.
and like
Well,
they're
I
so
liked how this
comically.
season they did push him a little bit more to be a bit
They
of a
did.
threat. which
They
was
used
good.
them well, and like it was a good way to use a familiar
Dan Starkey
face.
was back doing comedic sometimes things.
Exactly, a great way to
favorite
bring
Dan.
back a familiar, funny face and just have a good time with it.
Thank you, Dan.
Episode 3, I really like the idea of jumping back through memories and doing all that stuff. I know not a lot of people were keen for that, but I thought that was like one of those episodes where, when you watch an episode of Doctor Who and you're like, oh, that was just a really interesting idea for an episode. That's what I get. That's what I feel about episode 3.
People that don't like that episode are losers.
Oh!
That's just a random one. That
was really good.
Yeah, that was
cool.
good.
Thanks.
Fit well.
Yeah, cheers.
Episode 4 was
the
Angel episode.
Damn.
Wasn't a huge fan. I liked the Angels, and I thought that they were good in some of the scenes. I just wish they were... I just felt they were underused, and I wish they were in it more. Or I wish the episode was more Angel-focused. I get that they were trying to do a lot of stuff with the Flux in the same time, so I understand it. And I do think they actually worked them into the storyline well, like being part of Division and stuff. The
Division series.
I thought it was fun, but yeah, that was probably my least favorite episode, the Angels. But that's to say that I enjoyed
Isn't
the
that
others.
crazy?
Like, a
Everyone
lot.
says that's their favorite, and
Three.
I think I don't want to say too much about this episode yet, but I agree. It was probably one of my least favorites.
Yeah. No.
Crazy.
I agree.
What I at
loved
least
it.
liked about the finale, which I know we'll get to, but what I at least liked about it is that like it did face the storylines head on, even if some of them it wrapped up poorly. It was like, yep, we're gonna really take this on and give it a minute, even if it's a shit wrap up,
Yeah, literally a minute. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so then episode 5, I liked
the Flux.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting because I always find it very interesting, the idea of companions that the Doctor's left behind, and I like the idea of seeing seeing the Doctor's immortality like weigh on him and the people around him. Because you wouldn't be able to live like that without it fucking you up somehow.
Like a repercussion of some
Of course.
sort,
If only it did fuck them up.
Yeah.
Well,
If only we had
yes.
some consequences.
I mean, look, I like the idea of it being introduced. Do I like the way exactly it was handled? No.
No, sorry.
Was I expecting better? Not really.
Yes, sir.
I mean,
That's just me.
no, I mean, I was hoping for more, but I just, knowing how much storylines there were, I wasn't expecting there to be any individual thing to be fleshed out too much. But I will say, and this goes for the finale as well, I do think Chibnall is better when he is entertaining multiple fun storylines, even if they get resolved poorly, than when he tries to focus on one that just gets too confusing and too weird. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I am happy for him to like thread multiple storylines and just have fun along the way, even if the ending is kind of underwhelming, because I feel like the fun you have along the way is a really good time, and I really enjoyed this season.
That's very wholesome of you.
Yeah, the real Flux was the friends we made along the way.
Thank you,
is
Dan. Press that button.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you, Dan.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right there.
there were some good characters there along the way, and I've heard some people criticize them, but I think they're actually really good, and it's what kept me interested. Like Carvanista and Jericho were some really good characters that they introduced, and Dan, we were saying this before. I feel like Dan really started off really good, and John Bishop's fantastic.
Yes,
but even
I
in
was
this
saying
episode, like
I recall.
he didn't do anything. Like
Very proud of you.
he barely
Yeah.
did anything this episode.
So what I was saying earlier was that I feel like the majority of the characters set off in the first 3 episodes on really good feet. Vinda, even lesser developed characters like Diane, I was still
Wait,
intrigued
what did you
by.
say?
A lot of characters from.
You said they
Nice feet.
had not good feet.
Yep, that's exactly. I said I really like their feet.
Is that actually no?
And I
I
just-
know I'm goofing, but
No, they set up on good
want
feet.
to
Is
smell
that no?
feet.
That's no.
What
they-
did you say?
On a
You
good
said-
foot. They set off on
Oh,
a good foot.
Okay.
Maybe I don't know. You can
want
think about
to smell
feet. If
feet.
that's
I was
sweet,
like,
please.
are you complimenting their feet right now?
I am. Diane's feet, Vinda's feet, man. But yeah, and then Azure and Swarm, they all started off really promising,
Yeah,
and
really intriguing,
exciting, and then they just slowly,
That
come
makeup
episode
too.
4 onwards, just
The makeup's
dwindled.
beautiful, yeah. The whole costume designs this season I loved. Like even like
Dude,
last week when all
Carvanista,
the
Azure, and
Production
Swarm,
design
they
in
were awesome.
general,
Yeah.
across the board. The set
especially
design.
during COVID, like you got to respect the fuck out of it.
Yeah,
like,
baby.
Even if you just
Watching the
season or
finale,
not.
yeah, even at the parts that frustrated me, I definitely had a thought of like, this really is the best production design in the game. You know what I mean? Like they just top tier, great makeup.
I love when like characters like have to change their like costumes when like going to like a period piece. But like I love how like they had to like even in this episode, Dan was still wearing like his get up from like last week for most of the time with like his hat and stuff. I
And
love
even
that.
little things
Yeah, I
like,
thought that was cool.
like Carvanista. which
You're not
usually
even dressed up.
I feel like if this was like the RTD era, it would be all humans. If it was the Moffat era, it would be a blue man.
Love
and
Dorian.
Chibnall's like, fuck it, we're going a dog man.
Big ass
That
dog.
Carvanista
I like
costume looked fucking great.
I love it, dude.
It was so
flawless, and he
cute,
was such a
and
great
yeah.
character as well. And the voice actor for him was like,
Dude, he's so good.
was it like a Scot? I'm probably gonna get it
He's
wrong.
Liverpool.
It's just
Liverpool as well, yeah.
okay, yeah. I loved that. I thought that was such a great voice choice. It was really believable and not shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, some really fun characters. Vinda was fucking great as well. I loved Vinda. I thought Jacob Anderson did such a great job for a lot of shit in the last.
But once again, him and Belle just dwindle out in the
Yeah,
last
like,
3 episodes.
You're
I feel.
alive? Yeah. You got a baby on the way.
Woo.
Well, we better survive. then.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
what?
literally.
You hug. Why didn't you hug after? Oh my god, there's a fucking baby coming.
That's how
like,
you react to it,
Dude.
Chibnall.
wow, Chibs.
Well, we better survive. then.
Chibs does have kids. I was going to say, but you
Does
know,
he?
Yeah, he does. So he knows. Maybe he just doesn't care.
CJ,
Like,
Chris Jr.
I feel like
CJ.
it felt like to me Chibnall has this philosophy of like of screen time where he's like, we must always go to the most interesting thing at any given point. We can't
Yes.
spend.
Hell do you have to lose?
We
right?
we cannot afford to spend more than 5 minutes on something
accurate.
unless it gets boring.
That
you know?
is
And it's
so
like-
fucking true.
and it's like, but no, I mean, I'm happy to spend. I was happy to spend 45 minutes with Capaldi and a fucking
Oh my god,
dude in
yeah.
a
corridor.
ghost costume. You know,
Yeah.
like.
Someone's got to count how many scene cuts there are. In
Dude.
the whole of Flux. It
Yeah.
would be fucking. I
I
think last
noticed.
week.
I noticed in some scenes it was like really quickly cut, and I was like,
It
"This
is.
feels
There was
oddly edited."
okay. We're sort of heading into Vanquishers territory now. And probably
Yeah.
sort of getting
Okay,
in there.
okay.
That's why we got notes.
We sure do. One thing I'll say, and yeah, I'll just repeat myself from the previous recording, was that there's this whole thing of why the fuck does the Earth have a sun when there is a Lupari shield that is.
How can people see on Earth? You know?
How can they see?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they.
Because they don't say whether or not. Or you were saying that.
Yeah, well, technically, if the Flux had gone past the Earth and it was shielded by all the Lupari ships, it would have wiped out the Moon and the Sun.
So there shouldn't be a sun
So,
left.
No.
and then Aiden is theorizing: did the Lupari ship shield the Sun and the Moon and Earth?
And then it would also have to shield what Mercury. What's the other one? That's
Whatever
in there
ones
as well?
are like under Mars.
There's another
I think,
one.
Maybe.
No, Mars is outside.
What's it?
It's Mercury. Is it Venus? Is
my
it Venus?
Saturn.
Always served us nachos or some shit.
My mum. Mercury. My
Something like that. I don't know.
my Mercury.
My very
Uranus?
energetic. Wait. It's my very energetic mother. So
Mercury-
Mercury, Venus, Earth.
Yes.
So it would be those three.
Yeah.
What's the
that-
point of being alive?
That's a
would
cool
be-
solar system.
That'd be a lot of Lupari ships. I'll tell you
Yeah,
that much.
like
That is-
literally
yeah.
spans the fucking massive part of the
Yeah.
galaxy. And
God
that's it.
forbid one of them just decides to head off,
yeah,
which is what fucking happened last week.
Called in sick or something.
Yeah.
Also, you don't see any other Lupari.
Dude, that drives me. Where is Yaz's Lipari? Where is not Draco? Where is all of the characters Liparis?
Yeah, and Dan's,
Yeah.
you know, the girlfriend, the museum chick.
Yeah.
Where's her Lupari?
Diane, yeah.
And like, Diane.
It
yeah.
must have been a budget thing. Surely that fucking suit must have cost so much to make it. But it
That's
does look
true.
fantastic.
Probably.
Though, so
But also, like, you know, you could have just dressed the suit up slightly differently in a different
that's because like
ship,
when they
just
when
to
they-
sell the illusion.
when
of
they
I
all
know.
die in this
They should have
episode,
done at least one
you
other
don't
Lupari.
feel really any emotion apart from the fact that you don't want to see Carvanista sad. You don't
Yeah.
really feel any emotion because you know the fucking Soren. You just see them all flying their ships onto Earth, and that's it. You don't
Do you,
actually see any.
I just thought of this now. Do you feel like maybe that was Chibnall being like, "Hey, we can't have the Lipari coming to save the day in every season, every Earth threat from now on.
So that we have
So
to
I
kill
have
them
to
all
kill
off.
them all off,
Oh my god!
even though they could have saved the day in
That's
all
such
the
a
other
dumb quote.
So
episodes."
he's
from
like,
the
now they
Sontaran.
never again. Yeah, and I also love that whenever they introduce something like that, where it's like, okay, so the Lupari never.
It's like OP.
They never
like,
cared before, though. There was nothing previously
How
that
the
was
Sontaran
a
is
threat
like-
to Earth,
Yeah.
you know?
Couldn't get through the
Sontaran,
doggy door.
it's like
Yeah.
the last of the Lipari. We just sent all your brothers and sisters flying off into the vacuum of space. How the fuck did you do that?
Yeah,
How
yeah,
did you do that?
yeah. He said that they were
How
very
did you do that?
effective. I think he said the Sontarans are very efficient.
That's great. Thank you, General.
Sontarans
Gal.
like chocolate.
That's such a weird saying. Is
I
that
actually
a
like-
Oh my god,
I
I
thought it was
thought
funny.
that was
I don't give a
great.
fuck,
I
yeah.
love that.
Is that a callback to something? Or
No, I don't. Maybe. I don't know.
I thought that was like the perfectly silly thing for Doctor Who to do. I just thought it was
fuck it.
great. I thought it worked really well. I thought it was funny.
I'm glad you guys like
I
it.
can
was
tell
silly.
that some people who clearly do not have
Who
a sense of
hate
humor,
humor.
who hate fun,
Yeah.
I love that scene last week.
who just
but
like
you
to
hated it.
take the shit out of Doctor Who for no
we
reason.
love
Yeah,
that. We
true.
loved
You know,
that scene last week with the "I'm just
Oh,
teasing
fuck
you."
off. No,
I love
that's
that
shit.
scene. And you
That's
hated
so
that.
shit.
I did
I
like
love
that.
that.
Dude, I rewatched Survivors of the Flux yesterday, just before the new episode came out, and I was like, man, that shit just ain't funny. Like, there's a couple of bits where I'm like, oh, but so much of it, dude, it's not funny. The "I'm teasing you" bit was kind of funny. It's just, I don't believe him. It's dumb. Everyone's like, yeah, I think you said it's like an RTD character. No, it's fucking not, because it's not real. RTD characters are real. Get out. Get off the show.
Wow.
You're done.
Wow.
You're done.
Wow.
Hey,
Oh
Now
no,
a lot
I'm
of
turning you
thoughts.
down.
I thought it was a great character. really.
No,
But it was
it's
just
so
funny.
bad, dude.
Oh, come on. Like,
Look, I
this
think
whole
it
fucking
was-
thing is not great.
No,
Like,
but no, that
it's so
guy is
far
a
from
fucking
great.
low point.
It's this whole, like...
I'm
knowledge of the
teasing
series
you.
is so far from fucking great.
Give me a newspaper.
You got... Or a pot. Or a pan. Yeah.
Some meth.
Oh, this show.
That's silly. Do you want to start your notes? Is that what we should
Sure.
do? Yeah.
All right, can we... Because, all right, the episode starts literally exactly where it left off. We literally said last week it feels like the scene was cut, and it literally just starts. I mean, how fucking shit were the cliffhangers this season? I remember everyone being like, it's going to be the best cliffhangers you've ever seen. Got me really excited.
yeah,
And it sold in like 2 fucking seconds flat.
All
Even
the
last
cliffhangers
week's
were
did.
so quick to be dismissed as soon as the next episode started. You know,
I didn't mind the
my
Angels
God.
one was my favorite one.
That was
because
cool.
I thought
that
it
was
looked
very cool.
awesome, and I think
Yeah.
like for me, it was obvious that it was just a mode of transporting the Doctor. She didn't
Yeah,
become
no.
a weeping angel.
I didn't think that either.
And everyone's like, oh, as if they fucking didn't, they said just weird. Fuck off. Like,
No, it was
you're
just
dumb
It was
if you thought that she was going to be a weeping angel for an episode. Like, what is that episode? What's that even about? What's it going to say? What does Flux have to say, to be fair? Anyways, what were you saying?
No, I was gonna say. I mean, that was just a cool visual way to end the episode,
Exactly.
which they should do. I mean, that's how you end an episode. It's a
Yeah,
cool
we
thing
were
to
like,
do.
oh, just like a carbonite thing.
Yeah, it's like Han
literally
Solo
what
and
it was.
Carbonite. Yeah.
Yeah, of course it would be. I mean, they said they
Jodie,
were there
Star Wars
to
was an
like
angel.
extract her or whatever. They weren't there to turn her
Yeah.
into an angel.
It
like-
was obvious that it was just a
Yeah.
mode of transport, and everyone's out there having a sook. Man, sorry, go on.
No, it's fine.
Do go on.
What pissed me off instantly, it was like, oh, it's just way too early for this shit. I can't deal with it. It's when Yaz grabbed this grapple, and the way they sold the cliffhanger with the Sontarans coming into the tunnel was her grabbing a grapple, grabbing a door with it, pulling it open, and then all the Sontarans getting hit by like fucking flames and shit, and
Yeah,
they die.
just that was crazy shit. That was dumb as fuck.
It's so
we say
stupid.
bye-bye.
It's so
We say
dumb.
bye bye to the Sontarans.
What do you think of the Doctor
died.
being split into 3?
Look,
And I'm
I
not
thought
talking about Day of the Doctor.
I actually enjoyed that element. I don't know
Or
if it made
Journey's End.
sense. It was very Journey's End.
It was very Journey's End. Hey,
But
I got big Journey's End vibes.
I didn't
Yeah,
mind
it
that.
was.
I think it was
It was,
cool. What I was hoping was like a fourth problem, because Jodie was obviously dealing with 3 problems at one time. That's why I needed
Yes.
3 versions, which I thought was kind of cool. What I was hoping was like a fourth problem was going to come up. And Jodie was like, I need a 4th version of me. And then out of one of the doors in the tunnels comes Joe Martin's Doctor.
Bruh.
Yeah,
Like,
Joe
that would have
Martin.
been sick.
That would
Where
have
was
been
Joe
cool.
Martin's Doctor? Like, she's been in the season like once. It seems so pointless.
Do you know what?
Master didn't show up. Though
She's
he got
gonna
teased
just
at
end
the
up
end.
being like a cool Easter egg of Chibnall's era, which is so weird. Like, it's such an odd.
I reckon she'll show up one more time. at
I
least.
reckon she'll be in the Centenary special, I reckon.
Same with Sasha. I reckon. I mean, Sasha gets the Master gets like heavily teased at the end.
Yeah, tickling my
So
testicles.
obviously that's going to come back. But I also think that Joe.
Oh
will
yeah,
come
they
back
were
as
hitting
well,
that
but, you know,
master ship pretty
get the fuck
heavily.
out of it. Like we didn't know he wasn't coming back already.
And you know, they also did that thing they did at the end of David's era, where it's like, your
Yes.
time
Ending
is
soon.
coming
No,
to an
I
end.
literally got such vibes from that.
Dude,
For the
it was-
when Ooh tells him, yeah,
Yeah,
and the
exactly.
Trickster tells him as well, and Sarah Jane, and it's like, bro, I literally got vibes from there, but yeah, nah, oh well.
No.
Yeah, I
Dude.
thought it was fine. I didn't like, oh man, I think Jodie's a very sweet woman. I think her doctor is written so fucking annoying sometimes, and
I liked her
episode
this
kind
episode.
of like pissed me off, and there was like,
Fuck you. You
talking
just
to-
hate women.
oh god, this comment again.
Damn,
I
mate.
think Jodie's great. Okay, I think she's a
savage.
lovely woman. I just don't think. I think her doctor sometimes is just written just like to. I just can't do it sometimes. It's like when Matt sometimes takes it too far of his like wackiness. I feel like Jodie does it as well, and sometimes I just can't deal with it. And yeah, that's just me. I don't know.
That is just you.
Really?
Dan, what do you think of Jodie Whittaker as a doctor?
Okay, so I've been trying to think about this the last few episodes, and I'm like, I think Jodie's doctor is probably most similar to Capaldi, where she literally just gives me cranky old person vibes. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know if
not old person.
that's the vibe I get.
Not
but-
old, okay, not old person, but what I'm saying is like, well, it's weird though, because she does
Snappy
have
vibes.
kind of like whimsy and stuff, but she really doesn't have a lot of patience for like bothering with other people's bullshit. You know what I mean? She's
I
very
think-
much like, I need to worry about the division and the Flux, and she's like, and she ignores Yaz a lot this season. Like, she really sidelines her, which is fine, but it just shows that, to me, it shows that her character is quite self-centered, which again is totally fine. I mean, you know, you saw flaws in David's doctor towards the end of his run. Peter had a bit of a morality crisis as well. Like, it's not new for the doctor, but I just always got that her doctor, I don't know, I always felt they didn't know exactly what her doctor was, you know,
Yeah, totally.
from the writing side of things. And I do think she's done the best job at delivering it. I mean, I think she's had some of her best moments this season. You know, I think she's really killed it in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But I still just don't get what her overall vibe is. Just from a script, from a character script perspective.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Like,
Hmm.
I think she's really sweet, and I like her doctor. I think this is the least connected I felt to one. But I agree.
fair.
If they would have just done this from the get go, then I would have felt a lot differently about her. And I don't think it's her fault at all. I just think it's this strange dialogue that Chibnall writes, where I don't vibe anymore. I think maybe if I was a kid watching it, I would probably
Maybe,
like it
yeah.
a lot more. But I'm not. So
I think just before we move on, I think
Yeah, go on.
what's the
like,
word
I
I'm
would like to
looking for?
apologize for Connor and Aid.
You need the Microsoft.
Sexism.
Yeah. You need the Microsoft shutting down music, man. My mind just died. I was like, really?
Aid's calculating.
Actually,
fuck, I shot
I-
myself
I
before
think-
you didn't turn it back up. Okay, it's all good. Real good.
I
So I
think-
looked at that one and I was like, bruh,
it's all right, Connor.
we're fine. We're fine.
I think the comparison to Capaldi was good, but for me in a different way. I think she's similar to Capaldi in the way of like, I don't think she gives a fuck in like a, I don't
Yeah,
give a
yeah.
fuck what other people think,
Seriously,
you know? I'm going to
I
do
agree, yeah.
what I think's right, you know, but also like, I'm going to be fucking silly. And I don't care. Like,
Yes.
don't call me silly. I don't give a fuck if you call me silly.
No, and that's I totally agree with you. That's actually exactly how I feel. And like, I didn't mean that to sound derogatory. I literally
Yeah.
meant it in just a comparison way.
Because women can't have
'Cause that-
fun.
that's
you're
what
trying
I meant. No, I mean, I think, look, if we're going to talk about or briefly, if I'm going to mention the women thing, I think one of the problems is that Chib writes Jodie's doctor as gender neutral. Like, the script could be given to a male doctor and you could have or a male actor, and you could have a male actor do it. Whereas I do get the sense that in the other doctors kind of lean into the more maybe paternal, like grandfatherly vibe. Whereas I feel like Jodie never really had a template like that she
Yeah.
could lean into. And obviously Chibnall wasn't interested in writing that for her. So that's where I feel ashamed, where it's like, I feel like she could have leaned into a character that felt a little bit more her own character. But I genuinely would agree with that about she felt like she didn't give a fuck, which at times I think is actually quite a good aspect for a doctor.
Yeah. No,
But
I
then
agree.
at
I don't mean that in a
times-
bad way. Yeah.
No, I don't think it in a bad way. It just, unfortunately, at times leads to moments like the whole being socially awkward about Graham's
Dude, I was
cancer
about to bring that up. Yeah.
stuff like that. It's like, okay, great if you don't give a fuck, but you just sound like an asshole if you say that. You know?
It's so funny. Because that was apparently Chibnall, because they had to put out an apology because that many people complained about
Really?
it. Yeah, like
Wow.
a lot of people wrote to the BBC. So Chibnall put out a statement for the
Such
BBC
unnecessary. It's so weird.
saying
thing to write.
it was
I need
apparently
some hope.
supposed to showcase how alien the Doctor was. And
see.
I was like, oh yes, the the character who spent like 1,000 years on planet Earth is extremely alien and doesn't understand humanity.
Yeah, the character
Makes
who
sense.
literally, apparently, Swarm and Azure, who's her biggest villain, chose Earth as the last place to be destroyed by the Flux because that's the most meaningful place to this character. It's like,
literally.
that
She had
person,
such an influence.
that
on-
person knows
Dum,
nothing
dum,
about
dum.
humanity and you know being caring to people. It's just
Yeah, it's
odd.
nuts.
Damn straight. What's next, Connor? What happened
Well, I
next?
wanted to bring up.
Routines.
Well, yeah.
I read that off your notes. Sorry.
Yeah, no. Well, we did talk briefly, I think, before the thing happened with the audio that the Sontaran plan I thought was actually really cool with the whole
me too.
idea.
That's
Of,
pretty trendy.
I don't know if I guess it is the end of the universe. I don't know if the Daleks and Cybermen would team up with the Sontarans and like have an alliance, but it is the end of the. I guess it's the end of the whole universe, and this is probably the only way they could survive. So I can't get it, and I do like the whole fucking the Routons mention, which was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Good
The
little
routines
mention.
mention was good. Yeah, I like
Are they
that.
even out there though? Aren't they just like if it's only just like the Sontaran, the Cybermen
Runes are
and
fucked.
the Daleks? I reckon they're just gone. They probably wouldn't be there. But either way, I thought that was fun.
Yeah. I don't know how much I bought the three of these races having an alliance though.
No, I didn't.
But
buy it,
which I don't know why I feel that way because Pandorica opens. I believe it.
yeah,
But for some reason
Yeah.
in this, I'm like, I don't.
yeah, I really think they went to that vibe of the whole like it's ending, and if they don't do it, they will just die. So
I don't know.
I still don't know if I believe it.
I
either.
personally kind of, I kind of bought into it. I mean, like I said this in the recording before, but I feel like that Sontaran speech that he gave could have been in any season of Doctor Who in like a really cool way. Like it could have been under Pete's Doctor, under Matt's Doctor. Like that speech about Sontaran being like, "Come to Earth and we will do whatever." You know, I thought that was cool. Like it was cool to hear the Sontarans say that. It was a cool scene to see. Yeah, I mean, I felt maybe they didn't give enough screen time to all the villains, whereas I feel like in something like Pandorica Opens, you get to see all of the. I don't know. It feels a little bit more built up to.
I think for me it was weird that the villains all just rocked up and then instantly got fluxed.
Yes, that was a
like
bit
it would have
odd.
been cool to maybe see the armies like but I don't know how it would work because the plot is that the Sontarans are gonna fuck off. But,
Chibnall
like,
loves to do this thing where he's like, he'll tell you information and he'll be like, "That was really cool, by the way. You should think that was awesome." And it's like, well, why don't you show us how fucking cool it is? Can't we just let's see it, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Master worse, yeah, the whole it's like show don't tell, you know. As we
Yeah,
say,
character will be
it's
like,
his
"Wow,
worst
did
trait."
you hear?
Yeah.
All of the
it's
Daleks
the
are now
worst.
gone."
Yeah, it sucks, you know. It's like literally show don't tell is his worst thing. It's gotten better this season, but man, is it like been bad. Another thing I didn't really believe was Jodie crashing the ship into the Sontaran.
It was a plan all along.
I know, but like I think it was a bit of a callback to episode 2 when they like kamikaze with the Carbonista. But it's like, did they now suddenly decide to put shields all over their ships so that didn't happen? Or like, did Jodie
Yes,
know
sir.
they'd be that smart that they would do that? Like, I don't know.
You know what, Connor?
Just roll with it.
You just can't question it.
It's just the Flux, you know.
It is just the flux, man.
Yeah.
It is the
Anyway,
flux. Moving on.
yeah. Black and White House.
Oh, dude.
What
Okay.
the fuck was that?
Here's my biggest problem with this episode.
That's that the fob watch and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, I really, to be honest, watching it, I enjoyed the first 50 minutes. I was aware that some of it was deeply flawed, but I was still having a good time with the first 50 minutes. The last 10 minutes happened, and I was like, right, now it's the payoff. Let's give us that timeless child stuff. You know, people are going to hate it. I don't care. You know, we need that emotional payoff.
Just give it to us.
Yeah.
And then the fact that they were just like, oh, never mind. Like, we were promised. Like,
Yeah.
the next time trailer promises those answers.
I know.
And for me as well, just to leave the fandom in a good place, for Jodie, who's, I think, time will be tarnished about how, will be tarnished because of how divisive the Timeless Child plot is, right? I think it would be great to solve that in Flux, and then the next 3 specials may carry on a few plot devices from Flux, but the Timeless Child stuff doesn't. There's no big reveals that destroy her final episode.
Yeah,
and
we
stuff.
heavily theorized that's what they were going to do, but I don't know why they didn't do that.
I know. I think it makes sense to have wrapped it up because we really were promised that. I think the whole series
Yeah.
headed in the direction of we were gonna find that out, and I think it was pretty bullshit that we didn't.
Because I don't think we're going to find out in the next few specials. I reckon we'll probably find
It'll be
out
the
in
final.
the
Yeah.
and that's so weird considering Russell's going to take over next. It probably won't have much to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know, but I doubt it will.
We do not know.
Odd. Really
The
odd.
Division series.
We never got Division series. I mean, you know.
The Division series.
Yeah.
I
No,
still don't know really what the fuck Division are.
Well, with regards to the house and the fob watch, I kind of respect the fact that at the end she just dishes it out, because to a degree, I took that as Chibnall saying, all right, all this pre-Doctor stuff, I get it. We're just going to put it away. We're just going to have fun the next few episodes.
Really?
And we'll deal with it later. You know what I mean? Like, if Russell wants to deal with it, he'll deal with it. To me, that's
Really?
kind of the
I
message
think it'll come
got.
back in Jodie's last.
It's got it, because she does say, like, in case I...
in case I really ask.
Yeah, and she fucking...
Maybe.
will,
I mean, I just hope Chibnall has a plan, to be honest, more than
For
anything.
me, the one thing I liked, and I think it was glossed over too much. I think it should have been a bigger deal. But for me, what I would have liked to have seen is for her to do a similar thing, but maybe with some more emotional stakes, where she has that chance to look at it, to find her memories, and then it's one of those things where she's like, you know, it doesn't matter. She's grown past that. She's grown as a character. She doesn't need to know those memories anymore.
Well, that's
maybe she only had one
what
life.
I thought.
Maybe she didn't even have any lives prior to Hartnell, and it's one of those things that's maybe a little bit elusive, and we don't know. I think that would be a great way to end it, and just show her growth that she's moved, because that would be her arc in the series.
I mean, do you think that's what they were trying to say, though, with this?
I do. I think
That's-
that does show growth,
that's what I thought,
which I like. But I think it should have been more of an emotional moment. Like, it should have been like Flux is happening around her, and the only way to stop it is to throw the fog watch into the center of Flux. Like,
Right.
obviously
Let
that's
go
very
of your
convenient.
past and
But
all
like,
that, yeah.
it should have been like, I think, a big emotional climax to the episode. Is what I'm trying to say.
I agree. I felt like I liked the idea of, actually, you know what, I am who I am, and I
agree.
don't care about the memories I don't have. I actually am fine with that. But I agree with you. I feel like, again, it's just Chibnall, to be honest. He just has a way of writing things in a way that's
even if she-
underwhelming.
like, what even if, like, she opened it up, and then she saw it all, and then it cut to, like, fucking black, and then we will slowly find out a bit
About
throughout
what
the
she
next two
saw,
specials, and then in the final one, she'll expel to Yaz. She said it in the episode, like, I want to tell you more.
So this
tell
was
you
something
more.
interesting. Did you guys also get the sense, like with Yaz especially, you know, she's like, I want to tell you all, but then she doesn't tell her everything about what went on. Do you think that she is going to tell Yaz off screen, or do you think she's going to keep hiding it from her? Like, what do
I
you
think she'll tell her, because I do think that's
Yeah.
part of her growth this series, is that
Yeah.
she's learned not to. God, it's fucking good to have a character arc, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah.
no, I don't know if it was maybe.
It would be good to have Jodie's
built
doctor
properly?
change in some way over her run.
Yeah. Because I think my problem, though, whilst that is a character arc, her, you know, learning to open up and, you know, don't hide shit, I think maybe there wasn't a consequence for her hiding stuff. I know shit was just crazy for the last 6 episodes, but I don't know how much of that. I don't think any of that was to do with the fact that she kept a secret. And what
Yeah,
they needed
and-
to do was there to be like, you know, random dumb idea, like this isn't right, but Dan dies as a consequence of Jodie not telling Yaz the truth, or something like something with massive emotional gravity.
No, I agree. There wasn't like thematic weight to the fact that she willy-nilly mistreated the people that were close to her.
Yeah,
you know?
I think it's easy to write in like episode 1 of a series. You know, I'm a sad man, and the final episode of a series to write, I'm a happy man, and it's about like you know, you look at that, and you're like, oh, they growed so much, but it's like, how did they? You know,
Where
what,
did that
what happened in
happen?
those 6 episodes in the middle that got them from there to there?
Yeah, definitely.
You can't just say that, and that was my problem with this.
No, exactly. I mean, Chibnall wants to think that because so much happened, that automatically translates to.
But none of it had anything to do with her character growth. is
As
the
long
problem.
as a lot of plot things happen and then she's a different character, that equals character growth.
Correct. Have you not seen Breaking Bad?
Oh!
Breaking Bad is one of the best,
We've got a
if not
Sopranos
the
stand
best
in the
TV
house.
show of all time.
No, that's Sopranos, you know.
Fuck The Sopranos.
Whoa!
I've never watched an episode in my life, so
Jeez,
One
this
day, one
guy.
day.
one day more.
I
Another
was.
day, another.
What's that?
Go on.
Anti-Italian discrimination.
That's a good Sopranos
That's what that
soundbite
was,
there from Daniel Ade. I thought Kate did next to nothing, which really upset me, because we were
Yeah.
saying before on the old audio that it was really upsetting that she got shown in the next time trailer for her to do next to nothing in last week's episode, and then in
Yeah.
this episode do next to nothing as well. She kind of like hung out in the tunnels. Also, I don't know how she got the TARDIS was randomly in the Liverpool tunnels, and also somehow Kate got to the Liverpool tunnels.
So remember Unit had the TARDIS,
Yeah,
so I assume
but
Kate
she moved it there.
closely related to Unit, perhaps. Just fucking chucked it in the back of a pickup truck and drove
Well, I
it
always
into the Liverpool tunnels.
I always thought that. Also, you can walk through the Liverpool tunnels in 2021 and get to the point that they're at.
I don't know. I know they're being excavated. You can definitely they definitely exist. They are there.
That is pretty cool.
That is cool, man.
That is cool.
Pretty lovely.
But they never found out what it was actually for. The what's it called? The mole.
Yeah, the
Mad Mole.
Mad Mole man.
What actually happened?
He wanted to, I think, save the he felt like there was an apocalypse coming or something, and so that was part of it. That's like a bit of more of a myth, but what is a bit more commonly.
Is it what? Sorry.
What's a little bit more
He's a
commonly
comic.
known is that people believe that he built the tunnels, which seemingly had no reason. He built them for the sake of giving work to the poor.
You can't do that.
I thought he had a pretty nice send off. It kind of maybe came a bit unprompted, but
Yeah,
it
because I
was
feel
still
like
a good
his
send off.
character seemed so angry in the first 4 episodes and evil, and then in the 5th and 6th he was like,
Yeah.
"I did it to help."
I think it's meant to be
everybody."
like
I
no
thought
one
it
else
was odd
understands
too.
him,
Fuck.
and then when he finally finds people that understand him, he's happy.
Yeah, I thought that was odd too because I saw that Aiden as well that he apparently this is the story. I mean, it could be total BS, but the story was that he was like so rich but just wanted to give back. So he just hired people to build this tunnel that may or may not have been going somewhere.
One day.
But he just wanted to give them
And you
work.
can still go there now. That's pretty
Which
cool.
is a pretty awesome. I mean, look, that's a pretty awesome story if it's true. I
is
have
pretty
no idea
sick.
what the truth of it is.
Yes,
but then it was so weird when I read that, and then I was like, wait, but then why are they showing him to be such an asshole in the first like 4 episodes?
Yeah, that is
It was
weird.
Such
And
a
like,
random,
seemed really evil, like a
How
mustache
bizarre.
twirling kind of villain, you know?
yeah.
Odd, but
very
yeah.
ood.
But yeah, Kate didn't really do much, but obviously she's going to come back for the Jodie's last episode.
What are you talking about, Connor?
What do you mean?
We don't know that.
Oh, please. Give me a fucking break.
Yeah, what do you mean Jodie's last episode?
Jodie's leaving.
She
Sorry, folks. I'm sorry. She's leaving at the 100th anniversary of the BBC.
The 100 Doctor Who anniversary.
No.
100.
I'm gonna come.
I wonder,
I am gonna come.
I wonder at this rate if Doctor Who will last till 100. That's another 40 years.
In some
40
form of
years?
another.
Nah.
I believe it will.
I think it'll go off the air first at least once.
Yeah,
It's
no,
got to,
totally.
yeah, it's
But
got
in
to at some point.
in some form of another, maybe it's a book, maybe it's a
That's Russell's plan.
most likely a Big Finish audio drama. There will be a
Target
100-year
novel.
anniversary.
The
special.
Big Finish audio. 100.
Don't fucking diss Target
I
novels,
like
mate.
Target novels.
You haven't even read one.
I have. I read the Rose one.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I bought it. I got it a week ago. I read half of it.
Yeah.
It's my first one, so I don't know why I'm standing up for them that much. I love it.
But have
Where did you read,
watched
Rose?
Whovians?
Like a year ago.
Do you have it?
Somewhere, yeah.
It's great.
I don't know where I put my books. Hey, I put them books somewhere and then I fucking go. I don't know if I've read it all, but I start books and don't finish them. But yeah, I do have it somewhere.
That's not nice.
That's not nice.
That's not friendly. No.
What's going on?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, you should. I think you'll like it though.
I'm enjoying
See,
it.
you like that stuff more than I do. So
Yeah, I do. I'm a fucking nerd. What happened next? Chocolate. We already discussed that.
Chocolate.
bargain.
That was just funny, by
I
the way.
liked
Just-
it. I
to-
just simply
the
liked
shots of him just like grabbing
Oh.
shit off the shelf. Like he was like, "Yes, soldiers, go that way,"
dude, it
and then
was
he's just
so-
grabbing shit.
it. It was so cool and random and goofy. It was just, it
Yeah.
was just perfect. It was just so much
Weirdly,
fun.
didn't fuck with the tone for me. That like
No,
it
me
weirdly
neither.
fit
Me
with
neither.
me.
I
I'm
thought it
sure
was-
a lot of people it would have fucked him up, which is fair enough.
I get it, but I just
You're
felt
wrong.
like the Sontarans are goofy ass villains. I feel like you have to embrace that. You know, there's no point in making them out
Embrace
to
the
be like
chaos.
super serious. You know, they are dead silly. Like, of course they are.
Agreed.
A line I loved and my favorite scene in the episode was when we found out that Carvanista was a previous companion to the Doctor. And
Very
Yeah, that was
interesting.
kinda
Yes.
interesting.
he even says there was a time where I'd do anything for you, and then like you like came back into my life and just act like nothing happened, and I thought that was really great. I thought
was
that was
lovely.
cool. Was that with
I-
Joe's Doctor?
Yes,
Yes.
yeah, because
It
we
must
saw
have
them
been,
in
yeah.
Once Upon a Time
Yes, it
In
must
the,
have.
doing
memory,
the shooting
yeah.
the shit, which is like, who were the other two
And Dan
companions?
and Dan and Lupari were had the same.
yeah, that was
same
good.
guy,
That was a
yeah.
nice touch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's-
thought
that
that
is true.
too.
Who are
Who were the
those two?
other companions that were traveling with the Doctor?
We will never know.
Yeah, we will never know.
You probably will never know. Yeah,
We
that's the fun
literally won't. It was just because they had to fucking
What's the-
include
I need
Yaz and Dan on the paycheck. So
I need the soundbite from Force Awakens where it's like, that's a good story for
for another
time.
time.
Oh god, I love that. I don't know how I feel about this whole fucking Snake Boy thing versus Jodie. You know, like there was that weird shit when like all over her face, and she's like,
I was
"It's
getting
time for me
mad
to get-"
Dalek vibes from that. You know,
When
when
he's in the chair,
Eccleston's in the chair and he's like,
Oh yeah.
Suddenly the Grand Serpent's working with the Sontarans, but
I don't mind that. I know this is an unpopular opinion. Quite like the Grand Serpent. I am biased because I really like Craig Parkinson as an actor.
he was really good. I just feel like he had nothing to really work with.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought he was a fun character. I thought the actor was really good. I just feel like his character was not fleshed out.
Would have been nice to tie him into Vinder a bit more, I think. Like, I know, obviously,
Yeah.
that's where that
Act
arc...
like
You
you
know,
didn't know him. Is
maybe
that, like,
it would
the
have been
whole point?
nice
I don't know.
to
I have
introduce
that was
any of
weird.
these
Yeah,
things.
that was weird. Yeah.
Maybe it would have been nice to introduce any of these things in the previous 20 fucking episodes that Chibnall had
Yeah, you're
on
not
Yeah.
this TV series.
Yeah, exactly.
I do think he like said to Vin like, "I don't know who you are," or like, "You got me mistaken." Just like fuck with him and be like, "You were so insignificant to me that obviously I do remember you." But
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
think
who
that
the
was the
fuck are
point.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe, though.
Oh dear.
Vinder.
So what do you think of?
I don't like it.
For some reason, neither do I.
Tell me.
For some reason, Claire just came back.
I didn't mind that. I thought she was all right.
And then like Jericho just died.
All right, let's fucking talk about this ring shit.
Yeah, the ring.
I don't know what the fuck happened there.
What was the ring thing? Yeah.
Yeah, I have nothing to say other than it was shit, to be honest.
Sometimes
Yeah, it
happens
was
to
just
see it on the
weird.
floor and like happens to shoot at it, and then Jericho can't come back. And
Coincidentally fell off Jericho's finger or whatever, and
Just
coincidentally
really
also
odd.
got shot. Also, like Jericho, why didn't they give him something a bit more heroic? Like they tried to, but it wasn't because it was all like, you know.
Don't worry,
I'm
I've had a great life.
Yeah, I liked his last line. His last line was great. What an adventure!
Yeah.
Something like that. That was a lovely line. I thought that was a great last sentence for him. But
Rip Jericho.
I think it just should have been one of those things where
Yeah.
maybe like just do something a bit more heroic. Like maybe him and the Sontaran are having that confrontation in front of like a door, and then Jericho's like, fucking, what an adventure. Hits the fucking door thing, doors open, Flux is there, and they fly out into the Flux or something. Like, just something that was like a bit more, he just did
Bit more
something
badass.
to get the Sontarans fucked rather than the Sontaran and him just
That's
getting
the thing, though,
fucked.
like I feel
Yeah.
like the direction of this episode as well was pretty standard. Like I didn't
Direction,
really
did you
feel
say?
like- yeah, I didn't feel like it really was like that great.
I think it was the
was
best
fine.
of Azur Salim's episodes.
What was that? So he did three.
He did three, 5, and 6.
5, and 6. I reckon 3 was probably his best.
No, I think this one had a little bit more. I can't remember what, but there was a few things that I found quite well done in this one.
Yeah.
But once again, it was nothing compared to a Jamie Magnus Stone episode, and the way that Jamie handles pacing as well.
Yeah.
I know episode 1 was a bit overly fast paced.
I feel like it worked.
Jeez, imagine trying to work with that. Script,
It did
though.
work, yeah. Yeah, but also like directors do have a bit of a play on how that shit pays off, you know.
Plays out, yeah.
Plays out. Like on the cutting room floor, of course, is one thing, but also just like the way that they have characters deliver lines is
Yeah, of course. It
that's what I
transforms the
thought was
script.
good from Azur Salim this episode. There was they obviously need to cut the episode down a lot, and I thought he did it in a cool way, like little bits like when the Doctor first reunites with all the characters, and instead of just one by one being like, oh my god, hi, slowly turns around, oh my god, hi. Oh my god, hi. Instead, it was like fast cuts of like, you know, they were cutting out bits of time.
Yeah, yeah,
And
it
I didn't
was-
find it jarring. I thought it was like a creative way to be like, hey.
Or it's like Dan, yeah, it's the TARDIS.
Yeah,
And
rather
it's
than like
Kate
a
Stewart,
rather than
some
like a
old
really
guy,
long-winded,
Yeah.
just like,
No, I
hey,
thought that was cool.
hi, hello, let's have a hug.
No, I agree. I mean, I think that I do think Chibnall and Chibnall's Doctor Who is at its best when it's like just getting through the action and like bang,
That shit
bang,
bullshit.
You know? But yeah, when it focuses on the mundane stuff is usually where it's at its worst.
Thing is though, like here's the thing, okay, and this is the thing we were talking about before about how, you know, we thought last week the whole time thing about it being 3 years wouldn't matter, and
Yeah.
this is a prime example of it. Jericho dies, and there's literally one shot of Yaz looking emotional, and you hear the Doctor in the background going, Jericho.
Okay.
Where is Dan and Yaz's
want-
reaction? They've been with him
They've been
for
with this
fucking
guy for 3 years.
That is an amazing point. You know what's even fucking worse? Dude, the universe is gone. Earth is the only planet left.
Yeah, I know, and they're
I
not
know, they're literally-
existentially like depressed.
Where
don't
are we
think
gonna
it gets
go?
rebooted.
I don't know. Like, fuck up. Like,
I know they don't resolve it, do they?
no, Earth is the
that's-
only planet
That's
left.
it.
Oh wait, is it not?
No, it doesn't.
Well, okay, I guess we'll get to the
It's all
resolution.
fluxed.
But
It's all.
I thought she
gone.
undid. I thought the flux was
Nah.
just reverse the polarity. I thought we undid it.
I
you know?
thought they
button.
were going to do that because Azuri does have a line which is like it will go in reverse and back, and I thought
That's
they were
what
gonna
I
stop-
thought.
I
Yeah.
thought they were going to stop her when it first started.
That's exactly what I thought.
But no, I don't think they do. That
Severe pain and
For some
anger.
reason, the fucking
I'm so sad all the time
what's it called? The,
because of this fucking television show.
What the fuck's that cunt called again?
I don't know, man.
The one who's like
it just makes me so
the
angry.
one who's like in black and carries around.
Kill me.
The passenger.
The passenger.
He
Kill me,
fucking
please.
fucks.
right now.
Please end me. I've had enough. Chibnall, get out. It's not even fun anymore. It's just sad. Can you add tears of blood to my face? Because that's how I fucking feel right now.
Put it down post.
Try to
We'll fix it in post. What were you saying, Connor?
Oh yeah. Somehow like the fucking passenger just takes the flux. Like somehow.
I thought that makes sense, but they just didn't
It
build
does
it up
make
enough.
sense.
They,
It does make sense, but like die somehow like it's just like it took a lot before, it can take a lot now, and it's like, wait, what?
You know what was really shit?
Lay it on us.
Production design was incredible. You know, we discussed
Oh
that
yeah,
earlier,
yeah, it really
but
was.
the one place that I think didn't hit the mark for me was inside of the passenger form. Was this lovely fucking rosy, looked like Greek on a lovely autumn day. Like,
Yeah.
You want to go there right now, you know?
mate,
It's like
I want to go there.
go.
I want to go there.
get taken.
Have
by
a picnic and a kiss. But then, so inside passenger form, it's all lovely. And then they go outside of passenger form to this place that I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
And it's all dark and is what the
And
inside
it's
of the
just
passenger
random,
form should look
yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it make sense for that to be the inside of passenger? All the dark, weird shit?
Odd.
Dude, actually, and me.
Yeah, it is odd as well how like they take fucking the Doctor to the planet Time and then they just die. It's like always wonder what time looked like, and then it takes the form of Swarm and then just fucking kills him, and then it turns into the Doctor, speaks to her about the Master, says worry about the Master or some shit like that, and says your time's end soon, and
Bullshit.
that's it. That's literally, I mean, like, that's how it ends. Like, after all this crap, like, that's how they go. Like, that's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
Big sad man.
That's
Yeah.
it.
It was so like there should have been some more emotional stakes there. Like even just have them like beg for mercy. Put up like 30 I'm sure they could squeeze 30 seconds more screen time into them just putting up
It's
some
so
form of a
weird.
fight against time. Or even like
Yeah, we're
don't
very
even
much
have
like,
them
yeah,
die.
okay, we
Oh,
fucked up.
it actually just
They
kills
just stand
me.
there and go, no.
This is like I said, 50 minutes of the episode I enjoyed, but these last 10 minutes of the episode was like me banging my fucking head.
And then they just, yeah. And they just get rid of the Grand Serpent as well after he, like, tries to find Kate Stewart. And what was that? What was that really odd scene where, like, he roundly, like, interrogates that guy and he's like, where's Kate Stewart? And he's like, I don't know. And then the snake comes out of his mouth and he's like, in the Liverpool tunnels. Who the fuck was that?
Yeah, that was
Here is one.
Who was that?
Here's a
so
big
random.
thing. A big problem with this series, and I think the immediate argument, which is probably right, is COVID is the answer. But there's a lot of stuff where shit was said but not realized. So you mentioned the Lopari. We never saw any other Lopari before.
Yes.
These human survivors,
Okay.
we never saw any. We didn't understand what the human resistance was because we never saw anyone other than that one person that died. Same goes for Division. Division is
Yeah.
two people
Yeah.
apparently, the Ood and fucking Tectayun.
Yeah.
Like Division. Oh, we are everywhere. We are all. Sorry, they have a million fucking.
They have an
weeping
army
angels.
of angels.
Right now,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just me and the suit.
And-
Yeah.
But like, it's like. I would have liked.
Yeah, we have an
maybe
army
a
of
little bit more effort
angels,
going
but
to that.
yeah, shit, no one came into the office today. So
Yeah,
that's why
literally.
it's just me and the Ood.
It's like
Then
he's
maybe he
doing all
should have
this
just
talk,
written. Yeah, maybe he
but-
should just have written a bit smaller if he knew that he was going to have this whole like COVID
Limitation.
script
Yeah.
thing. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it just doesn't come across believable. It's and like where's everyone else in like the passenger? It's just like Vinder and Dai. Like there's no one else running.
They're all
around
dead.
Going, ah.
This was the dumb.
dead?
This was a dumb
Dead.
thing as well, by the way. When they didn't use because everyone else in that passenger had been killed because that's how Storm and Azur got onto the spaceship in the last
Oh,
episode.
yeah, okay.
But they left Dai
Yeah.
because they thought she was insignificant. It's like I know she obviously has a disability.
I know, that was
right?
pretty.
Because
Yeah.
that's what
But-
she's in the episode. They thought I was insignificant, so that's.
But
why
that's all
left
they
me,
say
yeah.
about it. Like, it's just one of those things that was too.
That's why they left her.
It was
It
almost
was just odd
said,
because she was the only one.
Wouldn't there be
It's
more
like-
than one person
Yeah.
who's disabled?
and they just didn't explore it enough for me to be like, they're actually saying a good thing about disabilities and stuff. And
I
then
don't
it
even-
also
Yeah.
was like, she is just another person. Like, why was she insignificant? Like, they don't need her.
I didn't
her other
get
arm.
I didn't even feel like they were trying to reference the disability. I thought it was just a dumb throwaway line of like, oh
Might have been.
yeah, I guess I just got left here.
That's the thing. If it
you
was
know?
about a disability, they didn't go into it enough for
Yeah,
it to actually
yeah.
be that. I reckon that's sort of maybe where they were heading. Just
It's funny because
Trying to be a little bit
I
PR,
didn't really
PC.
get that. PR. I didn't. It's funny because it's funny you say that. I just didn't really think of that angle. I did think it was a weird line because I was like, why the fuck would
They
she,
just leave,
of all
yeah.
people, be left here?
And just happens to like run into Vinda, who just happens to be with the doctor, who just happens to be a Bell.
It was a very convenient.
How
Like we
convenient.
need
Yeah.
this character to be at this place at this time. You
that
know?
being said about Di's disability is what I think was really good. I watched the first episode the first time, didn't even realize she had a disability, and I thought that was really great. The fact that it was never like I have a disability and this is a plot device, or we're trying to be PC. Like, it was only the second time I watched it, I was like, oh, she doesn't have I think it's a left arm or something. And I thought that was really great that it was just like, they just casted someone with a disability. And there was no... So, like, that's the thing. I'm kind of glad that they didn't go down the whole...
yeah, that's why I didn't
she's
really think of it
insignificant
because it
about that.
wasn't part of her storyline. I mean, yeah, look, I thought it was obviously written for. It could have been played by anyone, and I thought it was
Exactly.
good that they just happened to cast someone with a disability. I mean, look, I think it's okay for them to also have characters that are written for people with disabilities.
Yeah,
and like
totally.
It comes into it, but I think if there's a character where it doesn't make a difference whether they do or not, fucking oath,
Then
why
go for
not?
it,
Like,
man.
there's no point in not having that diversity. People like that work in real life. They exist and they have jobs and they
'Cause
go about the actual world.
What gets me a lot, and this is getting very fucking serious tone here for a second. Hold my beer.
Oh boy.
So with a lot of like PC stuff, right? With like
So I
casting.
know what Dan's gonna play on the sound.
No, we're going serious.
Sorry, I'm
we're
trying to
going
find
serious.
that.
No
Okay.
sound bites, no nothing.
Oh wow. Okay.
Gonna do old boy.
Is that my biggest problem? Obviously, representation is a thing, right? And in like film and TV shows, you want to see people represented, right? So when they cast someone, you know, back in the day when they, you know, in Talons of Wang Chang, 70th episode of Doctor Who, they casted a Asian character as a white person, and then they just did the makeup and stuff. That shit sucks. But I think, fuck, this is going bad because I can't remember the end point of this conversation.
Okay, you did all right.
Where am I? What was I thinking? But oh, fuck, there was a really, you know, I had a really impactful thing to say here, but I've actually really lost it. That's dreadful. That's actually
What
horrible.
have you done here?
You're
Aiden?
trying
Were
to
you,
say maybe it's bad that they just if they just
you
cast
saying
it
maybe they should have not cast her?
No, because I don't. Because obviously, it's really good to see people being represented.
yeah, with a lot.
Represented.
But my point was there was something a bit more that I
Well, I
liked about what they did with Diane, but I can't remember.
Okay. Can I?
God damn, that's
Can I,
gonna piss me off now.
I'll
so
borrow this.
sorry.
I'll see if this reminds you. But what I will say about diversity and representation, because I've thought about this quite a lot. I think that part of what's important about it is that like I said, people like that exist. They are in our society. There would be no point of having
remembered
movies
it.
and TV shows if it wasn't an accurate representation of our culture and the people that live here. And it's like people with disabilities do have jobs. They do interact in the real world. And to pretend that they don't fit in or that they're not a part of a society is just naive because they are. They exist. You know?
What I was gonna say was that I think what sucks is when people with like disabilities, right, like someone who's blind or something, is a role for that's like a blind character is given to someone who can see, because that deprives
Charlie Cox.
that deprives a blind actor.
yeah.
That's a bit different because there's so much like stunt work and stuff
Yeah,
involved with
yeah,
Daredevil.
yeah.
But a character that could very easily be played by either a blind person or someone with vision, to be played by someone with vision who acts like they're blind, then
No, totally.
deprives
I agree.
a role that a blind actor could have. And it's so hard for people with disabilities to get roles. What I thought was really good about Series 11 was the actor. I think she was blind in It Takes You Away, and the actual actress was blind as well. And I thought that was, she actually popped up on my Twitter the other day because
that's
it was
great.
3 years since. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
and I think that's great. I think giving people jobs, acting gigs who aren't able to get your standard acting gig, I think is really good. So just being able to give a random character to someone with a disability as well is a step even beyond that, which I think is amazing.
Yeah, it's
and
like
we
if
should
you,
really
if you fit
keep
the
pushing
role,
that.
it doesn't matter what your disability is. The fact that you fit the role
100%.
just fits the role. Yeah,
100%. So I think that was great.
I think
I'm so fucking glad I remembered what I was trying to say there because that was really shit.
I think to your point as well, one thing about representation, when you see characters with disabilities in film and TV, it would have you believe that not only, do people with disabilities exist in the real world, and that's why they're being portrayed in films, but it would also have you believe that those people are present in the workplace of Hollywood, and then they actually, or in Doctor Who's case, British acting, and that they are actually accepted in that industry, and especially if the actor themselves is not disabled, then it's a false portrayal because we're led to believe that someone with a disability is being welcomed onto a set and being, involved in the film industry when really it's just someone pretending to be.
It's like in that 70s episode of Who, Talons of Wang Chang that I was talking about. For a Chinese actor to play a main villain in a 6-part episode of Doctor Who in the 70s, I'm sure that would have been like a great thing.
Yeah, that would have been amazing.
But the fact that they didn't then deprive someone that kind of legacy and that step in their career. So yeah, I think I do think that's something that we're on the right track of though now. Like I think in Series 9 there was a deaf actress playing a deaf character.
Oh, that's good.
In Under
all
the Lake
sign
Before the
language
Flood.
and stuff.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
So I think keep doing that stuff. Push it even further.
I think with Russell Zero, it's going to be more than it ever has been.
I think it needs to get to a point where we see that shit and we don't even think about that stuff.
To me, I think that it's okay to make someone's characteristics a part of their character, but as long as it's not the only thing that's supposed to be interesting about their character.
100%.
Like if someone, for example, maybe let's say they're blonde and they always get ragged on for being like a dumb blonde or whatever. You can make that a part of their character. That can be something you talk about. If you're facing adversity based on a characteristic that you have, of course that can be a part of the way you express yourself as a person and as a character, But yeah, I think pretending that those people and their experiences don't exist, I think is just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And yeah, I think that's a really good point about not making it their personality. I think what I was saying earlier about how they didn't, reference enough, like whether it was they didn't reference it enough about Diane's disability in this episode with that line. I'm glad that they didn't go that way. But I also feel like that one line, was referencing.
Yeah, that was
disability.
odd. It's interesting now that you bring it up. I mean, like I said, I didn't interpret it that way, but it's funny because they do. Yeah,
because why else would she be? Like, what makes her insignificant? I'm not saying that her having.
I mean,
one
I
arm.
agree with you. That's actually exactly why I was confused by that line because I was like, why is she?
Well, what's a
the only
testimony
one?
to you, Dan? You didn't even think about that stuff.
No. Okay, here's something I thought, and this is something I thought with like Tectayun and all the things of this. I was like, they always talk about humanity and the human race and all this stuff, and I'm like, this passenger form or whatever would have got a ton of different beings. Also, that the people that Bell, is that a name, met on that planet, they were all human somehow.
Yeah.
I was like, where are these human beings come from? Like, wouldn't it be a ton of aliens and like different species? And I was like, the Time Lords and all this literally have the exact same biology as humans, except for the fact that they have 2 hearts instead of 1. It's like you're telling me that this species is totally alien to the human race. Like so much of the way they communicate, the way they talk, everything is based on human culture.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's silly to pretend that they're this totally different.
That's so true.
alien.
One of the most beautiful scenes I think in all of Doctor Who is that scene in what's it fucking called? The first part of Capaldi's season 10 final. It's the time
World
in-
Enough in Time.
World Enough in Time. It's that beautiful scene on top of the university with Bill and the Doctor, and Bill
that's such a
speaks to
lovely
her
scene.
to him about being gay, and the Doctor has that line about the Master saying like he had like a man crush on him and stuff, and like because he was like, I'm pretty sure it was a man back in the day, and then Bill says like, you know, it's okay on Gallifrey to have people dating the same sex, and Capaldi lives in such a beautiful way where he's just like, our species is so far ahead of you guys and like all your worries about gender and who you date and stuff.
It does make me mad
It's a
though.
great scene, you know.
That like the entirety through like classic Who and a lot of modern Who is
Quite homophobic.
no, it's just white male Time Lords. So it is
Yeah,
like
it's very.
we've
much-
always been so ahead. We don't care who we are.
Yeah,
and then
yeah, yeah.
neck minute.
All that's like off screen,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
We're so elite, but you
not
know,
me.
We just won't show you.
We're so involved when it comes to race and stuff, but most of our rulers and leaders and everyone who happens to have any sort of power happens to be a white man.
Where were we?
Yeah, so what I've written down here is pretty much where I had an issue of, I feel like, where like Azura and like Swarm kind of just left, they just died, and then like obviously the Grand Serpent gets like locked away. Vinda just leaves, Bell just leaves, Carvinus just leaves.
If we don't see these characters again, I'll be pissed
I know,
off.
literally. I would love to see them again.
Centenary
and I hope we
special.
do.
Let's do it.
I reckon we will.
It's a date.
And then obviously Claire gets dropped off, and then the only person I really felt like the storyline wrapped up well was Di, because I feel like she, although I thought it was weird that the only reason she didn't want to go off with Dan was because he was late and it wasn't his fault.
Dude, that shit
That was so
drove me
odd.
insane.
That was so
That
strange.
is weird, but I do feel like it kind of wrapped up the character where it's like, I don't want to go out with you anymore.
no,
I think
for
maybe
me,
it was like, was it maybe the trauma of like,
No.
maybe if you arrived a little bit earlier.
Do you know what it was? It was zoom in on my face, Dan. Zoom in on my face.
Oh, yeah?
I'm looking at the GoPro camera. Zoom in my face. Let's get in there. You know what it was, guys? You want to talk to me? You know what was it about? What was it? What we just wait for this camera to zoom in. If you're listening to this on audio, I'm sorry, you got to watch it on the video. It's about bad writing. That's what it was. It's just bad writing.
Oh dear.
That was it. Was that a bit of a anticlimax? Was it?
No.
And much of an
No,
anticlimax?
I
as the
think
Vanquishers?
it's sad that's the only one I felt like really actually got wrapped up kind of okay.
No.
But I agree, it was weird.
I disagree.
Ryan, that she was like, oh, look, let's fucking not go out because you were late, which is just really weird because it wasn't.
Honestly,
Technically, she was late too because she got taken away, you know.
a zip. Sorry, that was the most condescending thing I've ever done on this
What the
show.
fuck?
I just fucking told my co-host to stop talking.
God, gone.
No, what I was going to say was that there's a thing, right? And you know Johnny C. McGinley?
Oh yes,
Dr.
yes I
Cox
do.
on Scrubs. One of his things as an actor is he always says the camera is like it can tell when you're telling the truth, right? And it can tell when you're lying.
Oh yeah.
And so obviously to be a good actor, you need to tell the truth all the time, if you know what I mean. I didn't believe for a second that these guys are telling the truth. I honestly think that the lady that plays Diane and John Bishop were like, why are we breaking up? Like in their heads, they're like, they're like looking at the script and they're reading it and like, is this right? I'm like, is this the right fucking line?
I wish they had realized. I genuinely wish it wasn't even a rejection. I wish they just realized they didn't want to be.
That's
if
Like,
that was
I wish-
worked
I
into
know.
the plot, then
I wish they had been like.
I'm not saying I liked it. I'm just saying like I think that's the only one that kind of like got wrapped up.
yeah.
Like it's the only one that got wrapped up. Like all the others were just like left open.
I'm
I'm not saying it's good. Trust me,
felt-
I didn't like it.
I felt
but
pretty happy for Diane because I actually thought she got a pretty good ending, relatively, considering she just gets to live her life. But I kind of just wish, and like I said, or like we've been saying, Dan had fucking 3 years where he didn't see Diane. He didn't talk to her. He's probably like,
He could have grown since then. That would have been awesome.
he'd probably be like, hey, look,
Yeah,
I was
you
pretty
don't-
depressed. I was given free fucking museum tours. I was in a bad place, but I've grown. It's been 3 years and I'm just not interested anymore.
I just wanted Dan.
He could have had some actual growth, you know.
I just wanted Dan to get some. Is that Dan coming? I was holding my finger on that button for so long to make this apparently not very funny gag.
That's good.
Was it good?
It's good. I like it. Keep it going.
Yeah, right. Let's just set the tone. I'll bring it down a little bit.
You are right though about again.
Yes.
You do feel like no time has passed, and it's like so fucking apparent. Yeah, there's no time to die. Diane, is it?
What's next, Connor?
No time to date die. It's about it really. I mean, there's.
Some fucking work, you bastard.
I love that soundbite.
Lovely.
Did you feel like the Doctor and it would have felt so out of place in my opinion. Not that there's anything wrong with it,
Doctor
but
as fuck?
did you think they were gonna kiss?
No.
Really?
I think it's one of those things.
I thought it was cute.
Where they're
The
going
hug
to
was
tease it.
sweet, but
Look,
I could have kind of
honestly,
see it happening. to be
I
honest.
think part of the whole Jodie, like part of her character, I think she's asexual. I don't even think she has sexual thoughts. Like David Tennant was obviously, David Tennant fucks, obviously. Matt
does.
Smith was clearly a
DC
big
sucks and
flirt.
fucks.
Like Matt Smith obviously flirted a lot.
Yeah.
Pete didn't really have time for a lot of people. Although he did have a bit of romance with River. But honestly, Jodie has just never had any romance. She's literally just been asexual the whole time. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Am I wrong? What do you guys think?
I don't know. I think she's into Yaz a little. And I think, the way that she was like, you're cute to herself. I kind of rated
I
that.
thought that was, I was like, that's the most sexual she's ever been. And it was with herself.
Yeah. Well, yeah, sure. But I reckon it's like, the Doctor has never explored this must be an interesting moral thing to be at for a Time Lord.
Oh, sure.
But she's never explored doing.
She's got no time to have
some
sex when she's got
some
the
same
flux
sex stuff.
going on. And
She's to be
the
fair,
time.
Dan, she has
so
had a lot on her
you're
on a plate
saying-
lately.
You're saying because she's a woman, like, but because she's always gone for women.
But
does
now
she
that
go
she's
for
a
women
woman,
or does she go for men?
there's
Yeah,
probably
that's
an
fair
interesting brain.
Maybe
confusion
it
there.
would be good to show us that.
That would be
that's
lovely.
actually, that's actually a really good point.
Yeah, well, look, guys, like
No,
Aidan
but-
Green for showrunner.
This is,
that's
by the
actually
way,
pretty
this is what I'm
interesting,
talking
isn't
about.
it?
This is what I mean, pisses me off about the fact that the way Chib wrote
Yes.
the Doctor was gender neutral. Because it's like, he never acknowledged the fact that, like,
Doubt that.
what, but it's like, what would the Doctor do if she found a girl that all her previous generations she would have flirted with and probably kissed and probably done all this shit?
I'm gonna come.
They never showed her reckoning with that as a character and being like, how do I navigate that if I'm
Yeah.
a woman? Or, as we've been told that the Time Lords are so fucking forward, she should have just been banging broads left, right, and center, if you ask me. Because, like, the Doctor's always been a horny bastard. I don't
He's a
see
horny
why
fuck.
she wasn't, like, flirting with people left, right, and center. But I just thought the whole thing
I'm
was
laughing
weird.
because you're
Yeah,
big mad.
I don't know. I think the mattress and then handcuffs in
Chibnall too,
Halloween
Dan.
Apocalypse was a little bit saucy.
The
But
what? The mattress?
The mattress and the handcuffs and the Halloween Apocalypse.
Oh,
was a
yeah,
little bit
yeah,
saucy.
yeah. Okay, fair enough.
But
A little bit saucy.
but I think it's one of those things. This is how I feel about most Doctor companion relationship shit. It's all right for them to have those feelings. When they start acting upon it is when I start to get a little bit disinterested. That was me when they landed on the mattress in Halloween Apocalypse. I don't mind that stuff. Even if it gets mentioned, like they have a conversation about it, but it's when they start like doing it.
that time we had sex or something.
Yeah, remember that time we brought the mattress out and the handcuffs, and
the
then
handcuffs.
Carvanista busted in.
It happens. man.
They should have made a prequel.
Give us the prequel before they met the Carvanista.
No, but like it's like when like in season 2 when it became so apparent that David and Rose were wanting to root, and then like every episode was about
That's so
about
true,
that.
though, yeah, it's yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
like if
It
it
was
is a
so
thing,
apparent then, yeah.
It was
if it is
just,
a thing and it gets mentioned here and there, that's fine. It's just like I don't know. I just think it's it's a very done story.
I agree. I mean, I'm happy with the Doctor to be asexual. I just wish
100%. That would be good if it was a
but
thing.
I just wish it had been acknowledged.
Exactly.
Like, it's so, and this is the thing with Chibnall that has frustrated me about his whole era is like he'll do stuff and never really give you a clear reason as to why he's going in that direction. It's just kind of like, we're doing this,
He just
and you have to enjoy it.
I think
because
Chibnall
it
just
is
checks
what it is.
Twitter and sees what's trending, and then he's
Yeah,
he's like, oh,
He's like, I'm outie.
Speaking of which, do you have any more notes?
Nice laptop, Dan.
No, that's pretty much it. I mean, obviously, like the watch is just like disposed of.
Yeah.
And yeah, oh, by the way, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but isn't that final shot of Jodie pulling down the lever? I know, because it was a very similar one in episode 1, just before the credits.
Yeah.
Of her pulling the lever. Was that in the trailer, or was it the one from the episode 1?
I don't know. I don't recall.
No.
It did look familiar to me.
It looked
but
very
was probably
familiar.
the episode 1.
I think it was probably episode 1, but
Anyways, shall
Yeah.
we move on to...
That's about it, really,
The only
actually.
segment we have hanging these days.
yeah.
No.
It's time for Adjust Twitter Tings. So Just Twitter Tings, the segment where we like to talk about what is it that you think about these episodes.
What's the point of being alive?
What's the point of being alive? I'd like to hear from you guys. Do you have many this week, Connor?
I got a few.
Because I always find on episodes that aren't that great, not that many people want to talk about them.
Yeah.
And if an episode's great, everyone is going to come and everyone's going to talk about them.
Yeah.
So I don't have a lot. I have just
Guys,
one.
You have to send in reviews,
You
okay?
literally have to.
Civic duty.
You have to do it.
Just
That's what's most important.
all right, so we got a bit here from Dylan saying
That's what must be done.
And
Dylan's
that's
is
what
kind of
must
a
be
bit of
done.
a bit of an overall look at Flux. So despite Flux's promising start, the series ends with a messy, albeit fun finale. Yeah, I agree. Is it satisfying? Not really. Does it make the series as a whole feel worthwhile? Nah. I don't mind the timeless children twist because I thought Chibnall had a plan. But no. Looks like we won't be exploring any of that.
You played
Who are
yourself.
Swarm and Azure? We don't know. Great, thanks.
Ah,
Just watched an entire series. Just watched an entire series to know basically nothing. There is like a whole argument out there, like what was the point of this series? But yeah. Division? Question mark? What a load of dog wank. That's Carvanista wank to you.
Yeah, carbonistic. Yeah.
I could have told you that they were some secret society doing secret shit. The Grand Serpent, again, gets nothing to do. Why does he hate Kate so much? Why is he now working with the Sontarans? Chibnall's biggest problem is that he can't wrap up a story neatly. He always fails to stick the landing. I had a lot of fun with the Vanquishers in the same way that I had a lot of fun with Venom. Let there be carnage. It's balls to the wall batshit nonsense. But it's not good. I left the episode feeling completely unsatisfied. And it's the same with the rest of Flux. There's not emotional core. There's not really anything for me to latch onto and care about. Honestly, I feel like the series has wasted my time. We've had one really great episode this series, War of the Sontarans, and the rest have either been good or all right. Adding to that, the best series of Who are always about something. Series 1 is about death, grief, and PTSD. Series 3 is about loneliness. Series 8 is about what it means to be a good person. What is Flux about? What is the point? Honestly, I don't care.
Oh, that's an essay.
Evil of the Daleks looks cool though. Yeah, I think he felt very passionate about
That's
this one.
really awesome. He sent so much in. Thank
He
you.
did. Yeah, thanks, Dylan.
Thanks,
love you,
Big
Dylan.
D.
I agree with a lot of it, and I do agree that
Yeah, that's
every
really
series
true,
really
yeah.
should be about something, which I think some of Moffat's didn't always stick the landing on, and I think Chibnall's really haven't. I feel like this one, it was good that Jodie had that conversation with Yaz at the end where she was like, I'm sorry I haven't opened up to you.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that that's what the series is about because there was no
No.
consequences for her not doing it in the
about
first
family.
place. It's about
Indeed.
family.
Family. It's family.
Yeah, thanks, Dylan. Look, you're probably right.
I think he's right in a lot of ways. I mean, look,
But not all
to
of them.
me, I just really enjoyed the ride of the series. Like, I really just thought it was a fun time.
Yeah, same.
I think I enjoy, like, looking back, it's really funny. This is going to sound like a bit of a tangent, but like I said, I'm just about to finish Russell's era. So we're just about, or I guess
One more, yeah.
just about to finish David Tennant's run is probably a better way to put it.
Do you know what happens in part 2? Do you know what happens in the end of time?
Seriously,
part 2?
please don't tell me. They said something about the end of time, so I think the time
time might end.
from series 13. I think it's going to be in it
Yeah, it's actually got Azure.
because I know they plan things that far ahead, so I know that it's all.
Yeah, they do. It's actually
I know it's all linked.
Sidney
in,
Newman's master plan. It's
Yeah.
still
Oh,
under
yeah,
effect.
got that. We're just coming to the end of that 60-year arc.
We've almost finished Act 1
finished in the
of Doctor
oh yes, of course. No, but anyway, I'm wrapping up David's era, and I've been thinking about Russell's era is like so long because there's Torchwood, there's Sarah Jane, there's K9. You know, there's all these shows that are
They
come
still
out.
continue into season 5.
No. So this is what I'm saying. So Russell's era is very long because it's got so many spin-offs. Moffat's era still has Torchwood, still has a bit of Sarah Jane, and it has Class as well.
Yeah.
But Chibnall's era is actually very short. If you think about Chibnall's era is only two of the shortest seasons,
No
and then
spin-offs.
the shortest season
And then a
ever,
mini-series, yeah.
and then a couple of specials. So you know, Chibnall's era, I do think we'll look back on in a way. I think fondly, just because I really do think it had a certain thing it wanted to do and it got it done. Whether you like what it was trying to do, I think you have to admit that Chib just had a vision. He was like, I just want to do this, and that's all I'm going to do, and he did it. You know?
That's a really good point.
And that's the thing. For that much of it, I do respect Chibnall's era.
Chib had no interest in being like,
No, he didn't.
all right, let's
He
do the
just-
Carvinist spin-off. Let's do Dan and Ryan going out for to fight
He
rock
just
monsters.
wanted to hand in his fucking shit to the BBC and go home at 5 p.m. You know what I mean? That was all.
Can you blame
And he got
him?
it done. And he got it done. You know, he did a series. It was, you know, I do think looking back, I look back on them more fondly than I think when they were coming out. I do think I'm less harsh in
I definitely
retrospect
look back on
towards
Series
Chibnall's
11
seasons.
a lot more
Yeah,
fondly
I
than I
think
did at the
so.
time. Series 12, I think, has gotten worse with age for me. It seems
What
really messy.
What I appreciate about Series 12 is the master storyline gives it a good like through line throughout the whole series. Whereas I feel like Series 11 doesn't quite have that. I know Tim Shaw, but you know, not the greatest series arc if you ask me.
I think for me, every Chibnall series has got more CGI heavy, and that's like turned me off a little bit.
yeah,
is
that's
true.
true.
Yeah.
I do understand. Obviously, there's a bit of a reason why this series they didn't go to as many locations, so I get that. But also, you know, and whilst the CGI was pretty good, the big climax being the Flux just destroying CGI ships and stuff like that was a bit like
CGI destroying CGI.
give me that emotional
Yeah.
weight, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that green screen is my favorite frame.
Are we ready? Are we ready to hear from the now? That's what I call comedy podcast.
podcast.
Oh, lay it on us. I'd love to hear.
Let's do it.
Who's this?
Well, who knows how long this is going to be? It could be 1 part, it could be 8 parts. That was just naff. So I just didn't enjoy it.
Blunt.
I don't know, it just didn't do anything for me. Look, I really hope that you two enjoyed it. I really hope that people enjoy this
And
episode.
Dan.
Because it's always great to see people actually enjoying the
Dan
show.
hated it.
It's probably been the best part of Flux, is to actually see people not being completely negative all the time. But, I don't know, this episode just didn't do anything for me. The Suntarans, the Suntarans, I mean, they're alright in some parts when they're coming up with, like, the strategic plan to wipe out the Darks and Sidemen. But then they're also eating chocolate and then getting bonked over the head.
Do you not eat chocolate and get bonked over the head?
Thank you.
Well, this is just...
Thank you, Dan.
Like,
you, Dan.
what are we trying to do here? With It doesn't work for me at all.
That's totally fair. Totally
Okay,
fair.
okay, fair enough.
Keep going.
Yeah, I agree with all that.
But I think, I don't know, it's not really about the episode, it's just I really like the new Cyberman design. I love the heads, I love the body, and I think the spikes are funny. I like the spikes. But yeah,
Spikes are
this
cool.
episode, yeah, it's Swarm and Azure, they just ascend? What? No, the Doctor just lands the TARDIS inside of a passenger and then they just put the Flux in it. It's just everything I don't like about Chibnall. I mean, I'm sure he's a lovely bloke, just not a fan of his writing. But, you know, it's only 3 more specials and then we get RTD, we're getting the Daleks next one, then it's the Pirate one, I think, at Easter, and then obviously we're getting the Master, which is like, oh yeah, the Master, and the Doctor's like, oh, I wonder who the Master could be. Yeah.
So true. So true.
Yeah, that to me, it's like,
Hold on, Jacob's talking.
Interacting with all the versions of herself. That was good. Grand Serpent, yeah, whatever. Good actor. Wasted, in my opinion. What else? Oh, Dan. I like Dan's costume. I think he looks great in the hat and the old-fashioned clothes. Jericho's just brilliant anyway. Love the dog.
Love the dog.
And I love Oods. You can't go wrong with a good Ood. Yeah. So, I don't know, 3 out of 10.
That's rough.
Next part, I will do my overall scores on Flux.
That is
Having
rough.
gone back and, because we finished Flux now, sort of looking back on everything, Halloween Apocalypse, 6 out of 10. Decent start, set up a lot of things, was fun and enjoyable. Order on Torrent, 7 out of 10. Fun and enjoyable. Doesn't make sense in some places, but it's still a decent episode. Once Upon a Time, upon a rewatch, I really didn't enjoy it. 4 out of 10.
Once upon a rewatch.
Village in the Angels
Interesting.
went down in my rankings when I watched it.
Good.
Again, 7 out of 10 instead of 8.
Hey.
Survivors of the Flux, that went down to a 4. It was just not a good episode. This was 8 out of 10. Just didn't work as a finale for me. There was too much going on, but then not enough focus on some parts. Overall, Flux, 6 out of 10, maybe 5, 6 out of 10. I hope everyone enjoyed it though.
That's wholesome.
Okay, interesting.
We have one last comment from him here.
This is the final part because I was just thinking, that whole setup for Jodie's last couple of specials is literally just gave me the same vibes as the end of Tenet. We get the whole prophecy of, your time is ending soon, Doctor.
Yeah.
And then, the last episode will probably feature the Master, like
Doctor, we need you!
Their run ends with a series of specials with ones that is going to be aired at Easter.
Yeah.
It's just Tenet again. And now Russell's coming back. Yeah. Who knows what's going to happen, but I just thought it was worth mentioning.
Thanks, Jacob, for sending those through every week this
Thank
season.
you so
It's been
much.
great, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. I agree. It's very, very similar of the Tenet energy. Shame you maybe weren't on the ride as much as Connor and I were. Series, because even though it didn't stick the landing, I still
I think it
look
was still
back
fun.
fondly on just an
It
enjoyable
was a
season.
fun journey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I agree with everything you said. Actually,
if you want to go into Insta, I might pop over to the loo quickly.
Go for it, bud.
Okay, is that you done?
Yeah. Like I said, not much to do this week. I'm
Nice.
afraid.
Okay, I got a few things. Not much.
I'm gonna go to the toilet now because I don't actually care what you've said to us.
The flux.
Oh no.
The Flux is what?
The flush, she said.
Oh, the flush.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because you went to.
I do actually care. Send through everything. We're doing Basil St. John next week.
What's the?
Disgusting.
What's the?
Sorry, just the way I kissed that.
What's
What
the?
episode are you doing next week, Aiden?
Bells of
Saint
Saint
John.
I find myself excited.
Me finally getting to watch one of my favorite episodes for the first time
yeah.
in 2 years.
Yeah.
Fucking hell!
Yeah,
Bro,
baby.
I haven't fucking. Oh god, I can't. I don't give a shit about episode. I can feel it all. She can feel it all. You know, as it says that in this episode.
Oh
can
yeah, she
feel it all.
does. She does.
I'm good at this.
I said, did you like the Vanquishers on Instagram?
The Vanquishers.
5 people said no. 8 people said
What?
yes. So
What's the meme in the Simpsons? It's I have to go back to my home planet now.
what, Poochie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's
how I
that
felt like
Carvanista.
swarming as you
Yeah.
this episode. Like,
Carvanista would be like,
Yeah,
I have to go
Carvanista,
now.
yeah.
My planet needs me. Carvanista died on the
dear.
way to his home planet.
yeah.
Wow,
Carvanista
Carvanista's
died on the
another
way
planet?
back to his own planet.
Hey.
Disgusting.
Shane said, loved it. Great direction, great script. I want more like this. Shane loved it. I know. Didn't he hate everything this season? Like kind of us. Dylan said waffle.
I'm not crazy.
Isaac said, a mediocre mess. I really want to see more of the Doctor's other live lives, but never did.
I disagree, Gary.
Jacob Pine said, I prefer the Wind and River song.
Jake, okay, hold on. Just
Surely not. What, Shane with
Shane, my brother. Thank you so much for sending in your review.
Shane's an OG.
He is an OG.
He's from the Tenet era of the show.
Back in the day, back in the heyday.
Oh god.
I think it's so interesting that you weren't maybe a huge fan of the run up of episodes, and then this one hit for you.
From
I
memory.
think it's great
From memory.
from memory, but I do recall you being pretty indifferent to a lot of the episodes. So it's so interesting to me that you enjoyed this one, which to
We
each is
said
their own,
love-
so no problem with that. But
Love from Perth.
I always find difference of opinion interesting. Sorry, this is a tangent, and I'm not going to go on it. But I had this massive conversation about religion,
Religion?
and different people's opinions on religion, like different Christians and different Catholics, how they interpret religion differently. Same with TV shows. I think it's
Who did you have that with?
Chims.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When? The other day?
Yeah, on Saturday.
Wow.
But I've also had this conversation because I have a few friends that you wouldn't even know are religious, but they are, and then you also have people that are so heavily religious, and then all these people do different things differently depending on how they believe in their religious. Sorry, this is such a tangent. Yeah, play that fucking thing. 2 hours later.
Say bye-bye.
But yeah, I think people having different opinions, I think, is so interesting, and I actually really love that. Sorry. Kill me.
David said it was all a bit shit.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
Was that his Instagram bio?
That was it.
Love you, Dave.
In reference to Doctor Who, it was a little bit shit. Yeah, that's it, I think.
Damn.
That's it.
Hit him with the hind.
Yeah, well, that's cool. That's cool. I don't know. Do you think Chibnall will land the next 3 specials?
Doubt that.
The next one looks really cool, actually. To be fair, the next one looks really cool, like a time
does.
loop. But come on, the Flux look cool. And look at us now.
So you're saying it's not going to be good?
Maybe not. I don't know.
Doubt that.
Have I enjoyed the last 2 Dark stories? No, not
Doubt
really.
that.
No, why would I like this one?
That's my favourite soundbite. Yeah, I'm going to keep using it for the rest of the episode.
Songs.
All right, you can actually thank me for that one. I did grab that soundbite.
Doubt that.
Yeah, it looks cool. We got like a time loop. I thought that was like the best Doctor Who trailer we've had in years.
That was awesome. The one that was the BBC upload.
The full
next
trailer.
one. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm keen for the episode. I just think I just saw the
Did you watch the
Daleks.
full next time?
No, I haven't watched
Oh, no, watch the full one. Watch
Oh,
it
the
after
full
this
one's
because
all- I know,
it's
'cause
really
the
good.
next
If
time
only we
one's
could watch it and react without the BBC suing
Copywriting
us.
us.
No, 'cause
No.
the next time one was pretty fine.
Dude, it was shit.
The actual one was like really good.
The actual trailer is so good, and I can't believe they didn't take the
Yeah.
chance to show that at the end of
It
this
plays
episode.
that like New Year's song that I always forget the name of.
Yeah.
Da, da, da,
Yeah, it's some kind
yeah.
of fucking song.
Yeah, and they keep
Um,
playing it. Yeah, it looks pretty sick actually.
It does. So and Jamie Magnus Stone, I believe, is directing it. So there's a big chance it might be good.
Wait, is he doing all
Doubt
3 of
that.
them?
No, I believe because the second special is about Asian pirates. I believe it's by an Asian director.
right,
who's
yeah, you
directing
said
it.
that,
Yeah,
yeah.
someone that's not directed Who before, which could be really cool.
Could be.
So yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool.
I also wish to say briefly, thank you for a wonderful Spotify rap, and thank you to everyone who sent
Of
us
course.
their things.
Yes,
It was
thank
lovely
you.
to see.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Love
yeah,
it.
we
Love you all.
had a good year, so thank you.
It has been a good year.
It's gonna be a better year next year.
Even better, baby. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube or you're listening on Spotify and you prefer to use Apple Music, we are now,
That's
every
right.
episode of the show is now available on Apple Music, if that's something that, Apple Podcasts, sorry, if that's something that
Yeah.
tickles your fancies, you can head over there and have a listen. I don't know, if you watch these every week, I don't know how you do it. I could not sit through watching 2 hours of people chatting.
Wow.
No, I could
Wow.
only listen. I couldn't do it.
Never
Never
give
did
the
that in my life.
podcasting a try, and I mean,
I listen to podcasts, but I don't know. Like look, I want to say I get why people watch them.
Wait, you listen
And
to
I'm
them,
not-
you don't get why people watch them?
Yeah, like I'm not at all trying to dig at people that watch podcasts. That's not the stance I'm trying to take.
listen to the Scrubs one.
But I just listen to podcasts. Like I don't know. For me, I don't find enjoyment just watching people.
I struggle to listen to
Yeah.
a podcast if I'm not working in the background. That's my
Oh
thing.
yeah, straight up. No, I only
I
listen to
can't
podcasts
sit down and watch
when I'm
one
doing
like sat
shit.
down
Yeah.
on the couch. I
No.
struggle so hard to
No,
do that.
I don't understand how people
need to
are
be
like,
fucking
I'm just going to
doing
sit
work.
here and listen.
Yeah, I need to be working in the background.
Yeah, but then again, different opinions. People do shit their own way. And I think it's fun that we do this visually for the most part now, which is cool.
Yeah, well, we're working on
So I'm not trying to fucking tell you to switch off. All right, keep watching.
Watch it.
We've got more chance of getting AdSense than fucking Spotify sense. Let me tell you that much.
On Apple Podcast.
No, I'm just saying that.
On YouTube.
I don't think you can even make money through Anchor if you're not in America.
Can't do that.
So
Is that so?
yeah, but it's not about the money. All right.
Because all the American adverts they have on there.
Yeah, it's not about the money.
Doubt that.
All right, let's take a mild break. I don't know if you want to stop the recording here, Dan, or something in a second.
With my friends.
I do drink beer with my friends. We are going to stop for a mo.
yes, ma'am.
Hit a time of reflection.
Oh.
When we do come back, what we'll be doing is we'll be giving our final score. Actually, let's do that before we go. And then once we've given our final score for this episode, for the Vanquishers, we'll then go on a little break for a second. I don't know what'll happen there. It'll probably just cut.
And that's what must be done.
And when we get back, we will have added up all 6 of our scores for the series. And we'll have a final rating for you.
Oh, the
of
calculation.
Flux.
I love
Yeah,
to
man.
hear it. Wow.
So let's make it happen.
Sorry, Aiden, go on.
We will. We'll see you in a bit.
Holy shit.
Wait, are we giving it now or?
Oh shit! I fucked this up. This has been a mess.
That's okay. We can.
No. All right. Okay, Dan, you're the guest. Go first. What is your review for? What's your final rating for just the single chapter 6, the Vanquishers? And then once
Okay.
we've done these ratings, we will then go on. We'll then cut to the future.
Okay. So my my rating for this episode specifically.
Yes, just this one. Chapter 6. Doctor Who, Flux, Chapter 6, The Vanquishers.
Okay, I'm gonna think out loud right now.
Thinking out loud.
I'm
your legs
can you hit
don't
me with
work
the,
like they used
wait,
to
Connor,
before.
Can you hit us with the elevator music while we get the scores? So, look, I think that I've my thoughts on the Flux. I'm personally.
That's the point.
Wow.
Go on.
I'm between a 5 and a 6. I gotta say. What you saying? You think higher or lower?
What are you kidding? From what we've
I
spoken
mean,
about it, this
I'm
is a
thinking-
solid 10 out of 10.
I'm thinking I'm gonna go with 5. I'm gonna hit it with the safe 5. I do think that
That's very safe.
this season has been higher than a 5. I thought the ending was pretty mediocre, but I just thought that it could have been a better payoff, you know. But it definitely wasn't the worst season finale we've had. I'll put it that way.
It's No Wedding of River Song, as I said over on Twitter, @50doctor. Connor, what are you going to rate the Vanquishers out of 10?
4 out of 10.
I'll just straight to the point.
Yeah, I
faff,
didn't really
no
like
fuck
it that
around.
much. It was fine though. It's my favorite Chibnall final, which is not so much at all.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. I thought it was fine. I as a whole, I enjoyed Flux actually quite a lot. I'm sure my score will show that I enjoyed it quite a bit. It's my favorite Chibnall season so far. I'm excited as for these final
Doubt
Doubt that specials. But yeah, do I think it's good Doctor Who? No, not really. Do I think it's well written? Say what you do, though, still love me. I don't
That's
think it's-
Chibnall right now.
I don't think it's well written at all. I think it's really poorly written, actually. But do we have to deal with it right now? Did I enjoy it? Yeah, I'd be lying if I said I didn't. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty shit. I'll give it a 4.
Me too.
I was literally
again.
the
A
more
4? Wow.
the more we talked about this, I was going to give it like a 6 at first.
Really?
And the more we spoke about it,
Fuck.
I was just like, it just doesn't fucking work, does it? It just. Hey, Matt Smith, does it work?
Doubt that.
No. It doesn't.
So that was great. Yeah, so we've got a 4, and a 5.
Yes.
So upon the whole, pretty underwhelming. Because me, as I always say, because it's rare that I put under 5. Because for me, in my rating system, is I always have 5 is like it's pretty fucking shit, but it works as an episode. If you're under 5,
That's what I feel.
doesn't fucking work for me.
I would definitely not. I would definitely not give it any lower than a 5. Personally.
Yeah, okay, fair. I just think there's a
Dan
whole.
is a great guy.
Maybe 4 is a little harsh. I don't know, but I
I
honestly
get it.
think
I get it. I mean, look.
no, you don't.
For me,
You just said I'm wrong.
the reason
You were just like, if you put it under 5, you know nothing about film.
Haha, bitch, I'm laughing because you big man.
Well, look, I think that I like it based on the fact that I had so much fun with the season. All right, that's what I'll say.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I know. And there's the thing, I love the season, but it's just like, don't love this fucking episode, man. It drives me up the wall.
Sorry, I just thought.
All right,
it's like, don't get us cancelled.
don't get us cancelled, please. God forbid. All right, guys. We'll be right back. After these messages. Actually, we're just gonna cut straight to. We're just gonna cut straight to the shit. All right. Instant cut.
Nice laptop, Dan.
Are you back, Aiden? We are in.
Guess who's back?
We are ready to do the
We are back.
scores.
So basically, it was very confusing the way I worded it before, and I feel like I do this every season. So right now, the final episode of every series that we review, we like to combine, me and Connor combine all the scores that we've given for each episode in the series, and we find a rating based off of what we've rated these episodes. So we don't just come up with a rating, we combine all the and just figure out of 10 what our average rating is for the episodes.
Okay, interesting.
The series average, like.
Yeah, the series average. So it's a bit more mathematical rather than us just thinking of a random score.
I think it makes more sense that way as well, because it's actually...
It does, because I think you get a bit biased as you go through the series.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So let's start. Across the board, all three of us. Connor, let's do it pretty quick.
Okay.
Favorite, least favorite episode of Flux?
Our favourite's definitely got to be War of the Sontarans. Least favourite has to be this episode that we just watched then, which is the Vanquishers.
Fair.
Yeah.
Dan?
I'm going to give least favorite to the Angels episode.
Wow.
And I'm actually going to go favorite episode 3, I'm going to say.
Really? Wow.
I legitimately fucked
Yeah, it
with
was really
episode 3.
good.
Dude, I know it's silly. I think Joe Barton does well. I mean, it does
does,
make
but it's not
sense.
in much,
And
though.
Chibnall writes it poorly, but she's cool. She rocks it.
Yeah, she is cool, yeah.
I think for me, the best one is War of the Sontarans. I'm the same as you. War of the Sontarans best, Vanquishers worst.
That would be my
But-
second. Like, that would be tied with the third. I mean, those were my two favorites, second and third.
I do think, though, the Halloween Apocalypse, just like how much it's set up, how exciting it was, even
It
though
was
it's
so fun, yeah.
it's paced
And
pretty
it's
poorly.
great.
Dude,
Yeah.
in 1 week I watched it 4 times.
It was
I
really
don't
fun.
think
Oh,
I've
it was so
ever done that with
rewatchable,
who.
Yeah. I
Like-
was like 3 times.
In my
so, yeah.
opinion, the only ones, in my opinion, that were like not great were episode 4 and episode 6. I thought the rest were actually like better than good, even for like Doctor Who standards. You know, which I
Which
think is
aren't
a good. I think that's a compliment. I mean,
Sure. Okay, Dan. So considering Dan's our guest for this episode, so he's not given any ratings for the other episodes. If just off the top of your head, what would you give Flux out of 10 overall?
I would give it a solid 8. I would legitimately
Really?
give it an
What
8.
the
That's
fuck,
fucking
that's-
high.
Yep,
Are you high?
8 or 7 maybe. I mean, am I supposed to give it lower? Like,
That's insane. 8?
I might drop dead.
Holy
what?
fuck.
What?
that's-
Are you
I know I was
surprised?
saying- I
Surprised
know
it's
how
so
I was
high,
saying
really?
how interesting I find other people's opinions, but this is just not.
Are you surprised it's so high? Really?
Yes, absolutely.
Why? I loved
That's
it. I
pretty high.
enjoyed it a lot.
I think it was like consistently fun, but I wouldn't. For me, 8 is when you're getting like, oh, this is like.
Yeah.
For me, 8 is when you're getting like, this is like a really well written, some amazing character work.
Okay.
7 is as far as I would
decent
probably
vibes.
go for
All
just
right,
like,
you know
this
what?
is fun.
Okay, you know what? You guys have talked me down from the ledge.
No, don't fucking listen to us, Dan.
No.
You do what you want to do.
Can I
No,
explain
you
why
actually
I
can't.
had the impulse?
We
to
have
say
no
8?
time to die.
I went to say 8 because I just had so much fucking fun with the series. From a quality standpoint, I would probably give it a 7. But you take the show. You take it.
Take the show. Yeah. No, that's fair. Take it as 7, sure. Connor.
Yeah.
So, like we said, this is based mathematically on what our 6 episode ratings have been and finding an average rating.
Yeah.
Connor, what do you think your rating's going to be?
I'm trying to remember what I gave previous episodes, but I'm going to probably give it maybe like, I think probably at least a 6.5 to
You
a
reckon
7.
it's going to be a 6.5?
6.5 or a 7.
Yeah, okay. I'm impartial because I know the results, so I'm not going to say
Yeah.
what I think. But I, to be honest, I think if I hadn't done the results, I reckon I would have said about 6.5. So you reckon a 7? Is that what you said?
6.5 to a 7, yeah.
Okay, so Connor, you gave The Halloween Apocalypse a 7.5, War of the Sontarans an 8.5, Once Upon a Time 8, Village of the Angels a 6.5, Survivors of the Flux a 7.5, and The Vanquishers 4. Your overall series ranking was 7 on the dot.
Wow.
Not even a point. No decimal points. I didn't even have to round it. It was
Straight to
genuinely 7.
Wow.
Whereas mine was like something. You know, that's what they usually are. But yours was just fucking 7.
That's kind of how I feel about the whole thing, to be honest.
7? Cool. I think mine is relatively how I feel about it as well. So I gave The Halloween Apocalypse a 7, War of the Sontarans an 8, Once Upon a Time 6.9, Village of the Angels a 6.5, Survivors of the Flux a 7, and The Vanquishers a 4. My overall series ranking is 6.6.
I like some of these songs.
66.
666. That's right.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, so that's where we sit down.
That does reflect.
Do you feel like it's a
I
good
think so.
reflection? Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it does.
I do. Yeah.
I actually think that maybe I've been slightly too kind to it.
No, I feel like okay. You know what? Fine. I do think
You
the
can't
7
fucking
is.
change it, mate.
No, I mean, look.
You know what
I
I've
do
written
feel like you
here?
always feel that, though.
I have a spreadsheet
Can I-
because I'm organized. Dan, I put 7/8 in your.
Look, can I say
spot.
this? I really wanted it to be an 8, and I think that's why I want it to be an 8.
I always
I
feel like
want
I'm too
to have
kind, though,
enjoyed
as
it
well, so I
more,
get it.
you know. But I think, look, the more I do actually think about the fucking quality of the damn thing,
Not all
yeah,
that
the
good.
more I'm like, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. So that's it. That's Flux, man.
So
We
wait,
did
can
it.
did I get my bets right? Was that how did that
Oh,
go?
okay. So look, we set out yesterday
'Cause I
before
was
the episode
confused
came
about
out.
Oh fuck.
We said let's play some bets, right? We're gonna do 3 things each, which Dan didn't do. 'cause he
I did like
10.
9.
nine.
I had 9 or
He
10.
did 9.
Fuck it. What?
And it was like we're gonna bet things. And for example, I think all 3 of us betted Covenant was gonna die.
Did we really? And he didn't die.
he didn't
Wow.
die, yeah.
And so if we lost that bet and he did die, or if we won that bet, then we'd have to drink, which I guess is losing. We would have to do a snorkel, which is with this lovely device here.
Whoa.
Mine and Connor's bets, we both did 3 bets. Mine were Carvinister dying. I guessed the cliffhanger, which was wrong. And I also guessed Rose and Vinda being the Doctor's parents, which also, by the way, Rose and Vinda ended up having nothing to do with the plot, which is fucking dumb.
Yeah, I know. They were just some random couple.
Just there, man. So
and the
shit.
academy is just some
Just some random
thing.
academy.
Yep.
Kill
That
me.
they offer Diana place at, and that's it. Like,
Connor was talking about Davros being back, Vinda
I
dying.
heard for weeks his fucking cliffhanger about Davros. So Davros being back, Carpenter
Hell.
dies, John Barrowman comes back as Jack.
But
oh, you
Dan-
said Barrowman would come back.
Yeah,
I
that's what he
specifically said he wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't even think it was
you
worth
have, to, you have
saying.
to do 3 technically.
Dan technically owes 3 snorkels.
Hold on. Wait.
you do.
Because Dan said 9 and you got 3
No,
of them
the only
right.
one that you're saying I got wrong.
Nah,
Wait, which ones are you saying I got wrong?
You got Carvinister wrong. You got.
I said Carvinister died.
You got more than.
I said the Doctor would
just.
destroy the division. That was 1.
I counted today, and I said to A.
No, I know. I agree. I got 3 wrong, but I'm saying Carvinister didn't die.
Snorkels.
All right. Well, let's just recount the balance here for a second, folks. I said I'm getting the receipts.
Let's have a look. We're having a live look
I said
on set.
okay. Wait, where is it? You can see here. I said
Scroll up my group
Carvinister. Dan lives. Tick. Yaz lives. Tick.
Yep.
Carvinister dies. Wrong.
Yep.
Vinda dies.
Wrong.
Okay, that was wrong as well. I thought Carvinister and Vinda would die. They
Vinda,
both
Skief, and Baby live. Tick.
tick.
Azure and Swarm. That's 4.
I got it. Azure and Swarm die. I said they would die. They both died.
Doctor destroys division. Did she
Fuck,
really
hang on a
though?
minute.
So, okay, Doctor Destroys Division. That one is a question mark because I guess she didn't really. Could you say Division was destroyed? Maybe I
Hold
don't.
on. So then you said no Ryan Graham cameo. That's a 5.
There you
And
go.
no Captain Jack cameo. That's so
Sorry.
you
I
technically
got more right.
Technically-
I'm kind of like I forgot that you were doing it if you got it.
yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking
No,
if you
don't
got
worry,
it
I was the
wrong that you have to drink 3. So you got
Technically,
3.
technically you're meant to do 6 snorkels now.
Wait, what? Hold on. What is that? What the fuck? How does that
That was
work?
Aiden's rule. I don't know.
So the rule
That's why I
was whatever
confused.
you get right, you have to do a snorkel.
Oh my
for.
God.
That's the rule.
Wow.
Now,
Pack of snorkels.
Dan, look, I'm not gonna make you do 6 snorkels.
Is a snorkel a full beer? Is that?
Yeah.
Holy
But I will
moly.
do 1.
Uh huh.
Should we all just do 1?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
do it for
okay,
the
yeah.
team?
Yeah,
Go out with a
I
bang?
got canned, so I have to down it. I have to down it.
What an epic finale. I just need to go and
Should
open.
we all just do one?
Yeah, we'll just do 1.
I might fucking die doing this just quietly.
Get off of his.
I would just open
How do you?
this.
Yeah, because you need to show me how this works. Aiden. This is.
You've never done snorkel before?
Fuck.
I think I might have done it. No, I've done a. What's the thing I've done where it's like a
Funnel?
funnel? Yeah, I've done that.
Snorkel was a pretty similar concept. All right, guys. You guys just chat amongst yourselves. I'm going to go
Okay.
open this more
Aiden, hit him with
snorkel-friendly
the. Oh, there you
drink. And we'll be back for the grand epic finale.
go. Whoa!
I don't know. You guys should talk about.
Wow.
What's your favorite and least favorite companion of the Chibnall era? For both.
I would say Ryan, even though I like Ryan. I don't know. Does Ryan kind of show?
For me,
You think Ryan sucks?
look, we love a dyspraxic king, but he just wasn't used very well. Graham was
You
odd.
don't give a fuck about that.
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
You don't care about that at all.
I do. Of course I do. I work with people who have disabilities.
It had nothing to the story. They mentioned it like once.
That's what I mean, though. It just he was so unused. It was. Yeah. Look, I would say Ryan. Honestly, no. Can I say I actually thought Graham? I hate to say this, but I genuinely thought Graham was the least.
Ryan.
No, I thought Graham because at least Ryan had the whole dad storyline and his grandma and stuff like that. Graham was just old and
This guy,
nearly
he's
gets
ageist.
cancer. And
He
then
hates
fucking,
old people. What a
no, well,
dickhead.
I'm just saying. He gets Jodie to say cringe ass shit about.
Can you zoom in on the snorkel? We're going to
Okay,
show you how the snorkel
what
works
angle do you want,
depending
Aiden? No, you want
on
this one or this
just
one?
whatever can give us a nice close up on the snorkel.
Okay, let's.
Let's go nice and tight.
When do you buy one of these?
So what you do, you just get them at the shop. I got this for Secret
let's
Santa.
go.
Actually, mine was
Yeah.
a double, so you can attach two together and you do 2 drinks, which is what I did on the weekend. Yep. So such an informal end of the show. I'm sorry if you were here just for Doctor Who and not for us to be silly, but that's why we're the 50% podcast. Alright, nice and tight.
Yes, we are.
Alright, so what you do, you get the end, a big pointy end, and you shove it in like that.
Sticking with the pointy end, you say?
Stick with the pointy end, right? And what you got to do is we'll probably dribble a little bit.
I know, that's the pile.
That's okay. We got carpets here. So
Okay, cool. I'm gonna stand for it.
Uh oh.
Can we get
Yeah. We're getting.
separately.
We're gonna go wide.
We'll have to do it separately because I only brought one half of the
Hitting Aiden with the wide. Let's hit him with the zoom.
Hit him with the wide.
So basically, what the snorkel does is it sorts out the air pressure in the alcohol. So
I see.
So that way you can drink it significantly faster than you would.
I drank
without
beer
it.
with my friends.
I do. So I got a nice cider actually here because they're nicer to scull than a beer. So I'll show you. And you basically have to flip this upside down and drink it. All the water will be forced.
I need to watch because I need to
out of the mouthpiece. You got to make sure this goes up vertically, which was my mistake that I still make some days. And it goes down nice and quick. So here we go. A snorkel for Flux.
Sometimes I had too many beers. Sometimes others did.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Oh my god.
Oh!
What the fuck happened there?
What the flux just happened?
Holy fuck, that fizzed up like crazy. I'm sorry, Dad. Fuck.
That's okay.
Made a bit of a mess. This shit doesn't usually fizz up this much. Hold on.
Sometimes I had too many beers. Sometimes others did.
Thank you, Dan.
Can you grab some tissue?
Yeah, go grab some.
I hope Dan is
I'm gonna step away.
Sometimes I had too many beers.
Okay,
Sometimes others did.
Like there, Aiden?
It fizzed up like crazy. Oh my god.
Sometimes I had too
I've
many
never done it with a
beers.
recorder leak before.
Sometimes
Holy
others did.
fuck.
God damn.
Alright. Going out with a bang.
Okay, go ahead. We're getting you in. Don't worry. Bang, bang, bang. Oh. Wow. That was quick. Aiden, congratulations. Wow, good job, bro.
You're up, Captain. I'm gonna wipe this.
You did a fantastic job.
After I erupted everywhere.
Aiden, you did it for the show. We all know that. There's no
You sacrifice all your gear for the show.
no hatred. You know what I can say? Well, it's a business expense. That's well, I got to do mine. I guess I'm up. I have to pay the price for being right.
That's how it works.
Time to pay the price
That's how it
for
works. The price is right.
guessing accurately.
If you want to go, what do you do? Oh, you can do this. Sorry.
I can do it. Oh,
Shove it in there. I struggle with beers with it. I did my first one with a beer, and I actually do them with beer often, but I don't think they go down as well.
yeah, I remember my first beer. Aiden.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay,
Sometimes I
I'm
had
still
too
a
many
bit
beers.
confused about this.
Fuck, this is gonna be a nightmare.
Sometimes I had too many beers.
I feel like I'm gonna fuck this
Sometimes
up so
others
bad.
did.
Is there a reason for this? What is this
It
stick?
has the air pressure comes out the end.
Yeah. Are you supposed to pull it up as you drink it, or
No, just leave
you're
it.
just supposed to
leave
let
as
it
is.
chill?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dan, unless you want to get all of your laptops off.
Yeah, I definitely.
I'm not gonna do a laptop guy. I'm gonna.
Are you standing up?
Go into the Y.
We'll see. Yeah. All right.
Clear the line. Clear the airfields. Clear the airfield.
How are you,
Fucking dust sheets all over the.
how are you supposed to do this? Are you supposed to just like chug it down? Is that?
So just get it there and then just flip it up.
Oh,
Quick.
fuck.
Make sure you get it like properly upside down.
Whoops. Hold on. Let's.
Honestly, anyone listening is really missing
it's
out. Give it a
definitely-
watch. This is a watching episode.
On the old
okay.
on the old YouTubes.
Oh, I hate this. All right. Can I just turn it? Is that like
Just
really like
so
that?
put it into your mouth.
Yeah, and then turn around.
spin it a full 180.
Cool. Why are you stepping away? Is
Because
it gonna explode or like what the fuck? I
It did
don't-
before.
I feel fucking
I don't know.
like explosive.
Oh my god, it's going everywhere.
There we go.
Wow, he's actually
He's
pretty
getting
good.
there. He's doing it.
Oh no, he's at a point now where it's not gonna.
It's a slow burn.
Okay.
It's a slow burn
Hey!
snorkel. But he's done it, and he's done it in one, which I didn't do.
Well, sort of. He did most of it.
It's a good way to get through a beer.
What sucks is that I have to do a can, and I literally just open one, which is really annoying. But I won't be a pussy. I'll do the whole can.
Do a full one, Con.
And what if you?
That was pretty.
Good job, Dan.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
Very sweet.
All right.
All right. Take it away, Connor. Get one down, you mate.
Aren't cans a lot harder to do?
This is all in honor of Flux.
This is for the Flux.
Yeah.
Yes.
On the hose tank.
Dan's got a yak.
Are you gonna? Is anyone gonna watch this?
Go on, Connor.
All right.
Get
This
it
is
down,
for
mate.
this is for Chris Chibnall.
This is for the man, Chris Chibnall.
Do it.
Woo! Go, Connor. Go, Connor. Yeah, crank it. Damn, didn't even need no help with a snorkel.
That's fun.
Woo!
There you go.
There we are. Thank you very much for watching and listening, everybody. We'll be back next week to review The Bells of St. John. Hope you enjoyed. Sorry about the silly end of the episode. We'll see you next time. Take it away, past Connor.
50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50 cent. Pop, 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 cat, cat, cat.
Do you ever think we were really fucking lame?
Yeah. All the time.
All of the time.
All the time. Jesus, I feel awful after that.
That's a wrap.